Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate everybody out there for checking with me. I hope everybody having a good night out there, man. We got ourselves a nice topic to discuss tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will be discussing Lonzo Ball. We will be discussing Zach Lavine, DeMar DeRozan, Billy Donovan, the whole nine, Patrick Williams, the whole Chicago Bulls. We're gonna carve it up. We're gonna examine this situation here because there's a lot of variables headed into this summer. We got people headed into contract situations. I'm here to tell you that Lonzo Ball is active, ladies and gentlemen, making sure he can get his situation ready for next season. Don't be surprised if we get any word on that bone bruise. Don't be surprised if we get some progress. I wouldn't be too surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into everything, I want to salute to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Zay Blaze. Shout out to my man Basil. Salute to Josh Jackson. Shout out Anthony King. Salute to everybody rolling in the chat. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got a whole lot of things coming, ladies and gentlemen. Just stay tuned. You got the NBA Finals tomorrow. We got a busy weekend coming up, and next week should be electrifying, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I want to discuss Lonzo Ball and Zach for 1 second. Lonzo Ball and Zach Lavine both suffered, some issues, with their knees. We all know what these two pieces bring to the table. This is the starting backcourt. Do I feel like the Bulls got the most out of this backcourt? Absolutely not. This is something that I think Billy Donovan is going to be tasked with. And ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised if Billy Donovan is on his way on the hot seat midway towards the end of the season if things ain't going correct. Because at some point we're going to have to look at the coach. There's a whole lot of talent on this roster, ladies and gentlemen. You got a nice bench too, but rule number uno, Lonzo Ball has to get healthy. Zach Lavine has to get healthy. Zach Lavine did participate in the first round of the playoffs. Things did not go scheduled to plan. He did miss that game 5. Salute to Sky. He said, don't tell me Zoe hurt again. No, Zoe not hurt, Sky. I'm here to tell you that don't be surprised if we get any word that the bone bruise is getting better. I would not be surprised if we get word on that. Lonzo Ball is with, we got word from LeVar Ball not too long ago where he said Lonzo got to be with him. When Lonzo was with LeVar exclusively, you understand, all of these things were not taking place, and that came out of LeVar Ball's mouth. LeVar Ball looking like he's about to take this whole thing over. You understand, in terms of just getting these guys ready for next season. And I think LeVar has always been hands-on, but it looked like LeVar Ball is taking a serious emphasis this season on everybody. Melo, Jello, Lonzo. LeVar Ball is active right now in terms of getting these people ready. So we got to definitely give major credit to LeVar Ball, looking like he's about to take over this whole thing and get everything situated. Don't be surprised if these Ball brothers have an electrifying next season, all of them, despite all of these things that you're hearing. You understand, despite the concerns that the Bulls may have for Lonzo Ball, don't be surprised. You understand that LeVar Ball has taken over the helm, that things get ironed out. Don't be surprised that just because Jello's not with the team right now, wait till this guy gets a couple of reps under his belt with the Drew League. Y'all stay tuned this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down. It's Flight Sports. Listen, do not be surprised if these guys get involved in the situation and they take full advantage of it. Lonzo and Billy Donovan need to figure this out along with Zach Lavine. You understand? Number one, after the health of Lonzo Ball is sorted out, which I believe is going to get sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, I highly doubt we're going to linger this until next season, even though we are hearing some concerns, but it's just concerns. And we're dealing with a bone bruise. So it could linger. And for all we know, the shit could be healthy next week. This is the situation we're dealing with a bone bruise, ladies and gentlemen. So that's where we at with that. Also, after we sort this out with him, we got to get to the Zach Lavine dynamic, which is going to be probably, if not, has usurped all things Chicago this offseason, this contract with Zach Lavine, because it's looking like, hey, man, this guy's going to take meetings. You understand? When July 1st, you're going to hear Zach Lavine, he's meeting with the Lakers, the Bulls, the Miami, everybody. You understand? So this is why I'm here to tell you. I'm just bracing the Bulls fans. You understand? And everybody, Zach Lavine is going to take meetings. You understand? He's going to be meeting with all of them. And don't be surprised if he meet with Chicago last. You understand? So at the end of the day, what Chicago got under their belt is that money. You understand? Whether Zach Lavine is worth upwards of 200 plus, I mean, that's neither here or there. Bottom line is Zach Lavine has to get paid. Otherwise, the Bulls are going to take a drastic decline if Zach was to leave. We just got to be all the way real. Even with Lonzo on the roster, if there's no Zach Lavine, yeah, they're going to be able to do what they do. But the team is not the makeup that it was supposed to be when everybody all signed on. So I think that definitely is very kind of messed up in my humble opinion. So hopefully Zach Lavine does the right thing and stays, but you never know. His agent is Rich Paul. Shout out to Rich Paul. So like I said, they're going to entertain the shit out of this. Don't be surprised if Zach Lavine just takes over free agency. You understand? He holds the whole operation up for a couple of days, So I'm just letting everybody know what's going to happen. Don't be surprised if you hear the reports. Jimmy Butler has meeting with him personally. They was in a hotel room, this, that, and the third. This one met with that one, and this one, LeBron James and Anthony Davis flew out to Chicago. Or some crazy shit like that. I'm just trying to tell the people what's gonna happen, and all of this is gonna take place. So, but bottom line is Lonzo got to get healthy, and then another thing, how this team gonna play next season? Some Josh Jackson said, I hope Zach leaves. I mean, that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing to say. In my humble opinion, I think Zach Lavine, they just need to switch up how shit is being done. I think a lot of people want Zach Lavine to leave because maybe you don't like the style of play, or maybe you just want to get another one of these ball stoppers the hell up out of here. Because let's just be real, Zach Lavine and DeMar DeRozan, they're gonna put Carmelo Anthony to shame. You understand, in terms of stopping the basketball. I mean, seriously, you seen DeMar DeRozan? I'm telling you. So this offense, and that's not conducive for Lonzo Ball. Why do you see Lonzo standing around in corners and shit like that? Well, you're sitting there with two dominant ball stoppers. And what was the worst thing about the situation was DeMar DeRozan was having an MVP caliber year. So it just fueled that isolation, ball stopping play. You understand? So it was like a never-ending situation. It was like it was never going to end because DeMar DeRozan was actually having his best season. So why the hell would you get to a free-flowing offense when the success is being made at the fucking isolation? You understand? So, but the sad, tricky part is Billy Donovan wasn't smart enough. See, other coaches, even a guy, what's my man's name? Dwayne Casey, I'm not saying he the best coach in the world. Nick Nurse, These players, they put systems in place. You understand? Because you're not going to be able to go into the postseason and play this way. It's just a fucking suicide mission when you rolling in there thinking that you're going to go and just play isolation and go 1-on-4, in the postseason against Milwaukee. That was fool's gold. So I mean, it is what it is. Dallas too. Dallas is a dark horse. Somebody says Dallas could use Zach. I don't know who's gonna go to Dallas, but I'm gonna tell you what, Zach Lavine gonna meet with everybody. Oh yeah, Portland. I forgot about Portland. Portland is a dark horse. And Portland is looking more and more attractive right now. There's no CJ, it's just Dame. And Dame looking like he all in for real. I thought it was a joke, but it's looking for real. Shout out to Josh Jackson. Billy Donovan don't make adjustments. I hate to put Billy Donovan on the chopping block tonight. I hate to do that. But the thing about Billy Donovan is, to me, I felt like he dropped the ball this season. He did the best thing he could, because guys were hurt. Guys were going through protocol. He had to do what he had to do to make shift this damn situation. He lost ground, Give Billy Donovan major props, man. He completely lost playoff position and ground and everything. And like I said, right from there, everything took a downward spiral. And then coupled with Lonzo Ball being taken out the goddamn lineup after suffering 2 bad losses. I mean, it was an avalanche of shit that took place, y'all. You had what the hell happened with Zach Lavine? People was like thinking that injury was suspect. It's like something just it was like no contact. How do we know that injury is not lingering until next season? See, that's things we need to worry about. Bottom line is the Chicago Bulls, both of the backcourt suffered knee issues this season that kept them out of the lineup. You understand? Both of these guys got to get this shit situated for the Bulls to have any type of anything. See, now what I'm envisioning right now for the Chicago Bulls is this. Look at this serious logjam that's possibly created now with Lonzo Ball being out. You look at potentially where the Bulls was going to possibly move on from a Kobe White. Who knows? I'm not saying that you trade Io DeSumo, but I mean, you do need a big man. You got a draft pick. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do. I'm not saying you trade both of them or all of them. How do you like my man, the 4 who came back? I forgot my man's name already. He had such a horrible comeback when he came back. He made you forget all about him. Patrick Williams, you understand? How do you like him after what we just witnessed? After him suffering that injury, he didn't look too good towards the tail end of the season. I hope they don't try to crucify him for that, because he did get dropped in a fucked up situation. Patrick Williams, just trying to sit back from a human's perspective, just to look at what Patrick Williams went through. The man literally got dropped dead in the middle of the goddamn playoff chase. You understand? Trying to get healthy. So it'd be crazy if they just say, we're going to trade him and he mess around and become a superstar somewhere. So Chicago might want to take a second look at the Patrick Williams situation. I hope they don't make a knee-jerk reaction to trade Patrick Williams. But he's a 4. I'm looking at these guards. Now with the injury to Lonzo Ball, I think that cancels any type of trade for Kobe White, any type of anything you would think of for Io DeSumo. You might even think about having to pick up another point guard for insurance. Now you're looking at a situation when Lonzo get there into a fucking log jam. You understand? Where you back there with like four point guards. You understand? Lonzo could play with some of them. You understand? But me personally, a healthy Lonzo Ball, I don't give a shit who's there. Kobe White, Io DeSumo. If they picked up a DJ Augustine, I'm just hypothetically speaking. Because don't be surprised if we had the Bulls picked up an Isaiah Thomas or something like that. The Bulls signed Rondo. I'm not saying this happening right now. I'm just hypothetically speaking. I'm trying to brace y'all for what's going to take place with this situation with Lonzo Ball. This has put the Bulls in a crazy situation, because I'm actually anticipating a log jam when Lonzo gets back. And for him, obviously, he's going to beat them all out and win that starting position. But all of that is going to be good for Lonzo, because I think when you got players behind him, he starts to pick up the offense. Because Lonzo Ball, trust me, out of all of these guys, they're all great players. But Lonzo Ball is the most complete player out of all of them. So that's why I'm stating. Lonzo definitely has all the capabilities to beat everybody out. And he's done it before when he got Rondo on the roster with the Lakers. People head spin when that happened. What the hell you signing Rondo for? You just fucking drafted Lonzo. Why would you pick him up? And he ended up beating Rondo out of that position. So don't get crazed out when shit like that take place with Chicago, because it's definitely bound to happen with all of this. What do they do in the draft? What if they draft a point guard? Are people going to flip out? But these are the decisions that Chicago's gonna have to figure out. And I think Lonzo Ball definitely, getting back in the gym, and hopefully he could get some progress, and to report to Chicago that this bone bruise is going good, because the knee surgery with the meniscus is done. You understand? But the situation is every time Lonzo Ball is ramping up the intensity, is creating swelling within that knee, and that's dealing with that bone bruise. And that's why all hell is breaking loose and it's got everybody in a frenzy right now, but it's only for a moment of time. You understand? Lonzo Ball definitely has the capabilities, with this team and this roster. If they were to shake up a few things, maybe even not necessarily completely change the play style, because I think if with Billy Donovan sitting back there as the head coach, I think that Zach Lavine and DeRozan will continue to just take over this goddamn offense, and that goes to Lonzo Ball as well. If you're dealing with a situation like this where I'm not going to consider Donovan as a lame duck coach, because he did have some success, but we got to keep it 100. The Bulls just got to get out to a hot start, but give credit to Billy Donovan. He definitely did do his thing, but when it was time for Billy Donovan to show up and weather that storm, Billy Donovan almost completely fell out of playoff position. You understand? I mean, as the coach, you got to hold on to home court advantage at all costs. I understand you losing guys under that. Now it's time for you to step in now. You understand? And that's what I wanted to see from Billy Donovan. I wanted Billy Donovan to, at the very least, you hold on to that fourth spot. You understand? You hold on. It was even when Billy Donovan was the head coach in Oklahoma City, he had Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, Russell Westbrook. I remember vividly because I was watching that whole situation, because Carmelo, like I said, y'all know what time it is. So they were struggling. That big three didn't gel. That wasn't perfect. That wasn't no Boston Celtics situation. They were losing like hell, but they were still able to hold on to that fourth spot to go into that postseason with home court advantage. And they had home court advantage against Utah, and they still lost. But I'm just saying, you had to hold on to home court advantage in the Eastern Conference. You needed that. I think with home court advantage, you get out of that first round. But like I said, Billy Donovan, he dropped the ball with that. Salute to Sky. Sky is very active and upset right now. He said, damn, I ain't ready for this drive. Zoe need to drink milk all summer. Well, that's crazy. That's funny you said that, Sky, because LeVar Ball did make a comment that Lonzo Ball may have been drinking some almond milk. You understand? But he was going to put him on that whole milk again. I don't know if he was just playing, but like I said, I think he was very serious with that. But as you can see, salute to Ball Facts, because he definitely did post that. I did notice some stuff too as well, that Lonzo Ball and LeVar Ball, they're in the gym. You understand? They're working out. You understand? Lonzo Ball is training. You understand? I don't know to the extent of it, but Lonzo is getting shots up. He's actively trying to get his situation right. And like I said, the way Lonzo moving through the city, going to these games, moving around, he's not moving around like it's doom and gloom. If you just take the Bulls reports for an example, I mean, you're going to think it's all hell and broke loose out there, but it's not the case, So, I mean, it is what it is, man. The Chicago Bulls, they got to definitely get their shit together, in my humble opinion, man. Otherwise, they're going to be suffering, man, for a very long time, man, because this was a good year, man. The East was wide open. I'm looking at Boston like, damn, that was supposed to be Chicago, and I think that's what's so messed up about the whole situation. The Bulls really squandered away a golden opportunity this season. This was a golden opportunity for the Chicago Bulls to get out and advance. This was their year. I think they're gonna be kicking themselves for a while about this year, because next year now I'm expecting an all-out crazy. I don't want to say too much. I did want to put a video out on this, but I'm telling you, I'm expecting Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Call me crazy. I expect those guys to reestablish dominance in the Eastern Conference. I'm telling you, this guy Kevin Durant, he went toe to toe with some of the best of them. Yeah, Jason, he lost that battle to Jason Tatum, but I'm gonna couple some of that with his goddamn knee issues. No, I mean no, the Achilles situation. I'm not saying that that's an excuse or anything like that, but you had Kyrie in and out the lineup all season. Let's be real. They are talented. Those two alone, of course, they got to put some people around them, but those two alone are more talented than the goddamn whole entire Boston Celtics. I know Tatum is nice. He's doing this thing. I'm not ready to crown Tatum over a goddamn Kevin Durant just yet. I think we need to pump the goddamn brakes. A healthy Kevin Durant. And then we don't even know what the whole Ben Simmons situation gonna look like. It's not like Ben Simmons is coming in there to take shots away. He's coming in there to enhance people's games. So look out for Brooklyn next season. So I say that to say the Bulls are going to be in for a battle next season. Miami ain't going nowhere. Milwaukee ain't going nowhere. None of these teams going nowhere. And then you got teams on the come up. Lord knows who's going to make moves. And there's always one team that we ain't thinking about that's about to retool and be a threat. So I don't know who it's going to be. Is it going to be Washington? Is it going to be New York? You don't know. Ooh, I'm just saying, you don't know what could happen. There's always one team that just surprise everybody. We don't know who about to get two superstars, and make a major trade. We don't know. So let's see what happens, man. This is going to be a wild NBA season coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to NBA old boy. He said Tatum definitely not better than KD. Yeah, I don't think just yet. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Do y'all think is Tatum better than KD? Are we ready to crown him over Kevin Durant? I think it's premature. I think it's very premature. It's way too soon. Way too soon. Way too soon for that. Salute to Josh Jackson. Salute to Kivo. Ascending. He said, what's that Gobert rumors? Speaking of trades, it says Zach probably stays, but I don't know if he deserves that max. Yeah, I mean, Zach Lavine definitely staying, man. They're going to put that max money on the table. I think that's going to be the deciding factor. That's why the NBA have all of these collective bargainings and ways they throw the fifth year in and the super maxes and all of that good shit. That's to keep their guys. That's why, they will have the upper hand. But, when you go to a city like Los Angeles, you can get some of that money back on the back end. These dudes, he just signed a deal with New Balance. Chicago, he could sell too, but he out there in LA with that, whatever money he lose $40 million on the NBA or with the NBA deal, he can get all of that back. You're going to be playing with LeBron. You're going to be playing with AD. You're going to be with the Lakers. So, I'm not saying that's where you're going to go. What if you go to Portland? With Damian Lillard, that's going to be crazy. I hate to even start thinking about destinations for Zach Lavine, but it's something that we're going to have to start thinking about. I would love to see Zach Lavine in Portland. I think that'll be what this guy, Damian Lillard, always wanted and needed. He never got that second superstar. He never got that. So with my man Zach Lavine, he definitely could get that. And that'd be good for him after losing CJ McCollum, because that's a major loss, losing CJ McCollum. That shit is like a death sentence, for when I heard that, and to see that this guy's still committed, I'm like, what the hell is going on with Dame? Most players be like, I'm up out of here. Somebody said we got, shout out Anthony. Anthony is definitely nice. Is he ready? I think next season he definitely going to take a step. I think he showed some strides this season. Going into next season, I think he could be that CJ McCollum. He could basically take over for whatever you lost with CJ. I think he's going to roll into that role. But, you still need to add something. They still going to be missing something. It'd be nice if you could possibly, and Zach is unrestricted too. I just want to point that out too. With Zach Lavine being unrestricted, you don't have to give nothing up. It's not like you got to trade Anthony Simons or you got to, you could just straight up get him outright. If they want to go to sign and trade route, that's cool. But it's all up to how they want to do it. Shout out old boy. He said Portland backed up the Brinks for Dame. Yeah, they definitely did. They paid that boy. JB will win finals and was it Jason Tatum? What if the Celtics win? Yeah. Are you talking about Jaylen Brown? Damn. I mean, it's still time. I mean, it's still a whole lot of time for the Finals MVP. You know, people can still make their case. This series is far from over with the finals, so I think it's plenty of time before we start handpicking the Finals MVP. Yeah, shout out to Anthony Simons. He's a problem. I mean, I like what I've seen. He's a lot better than I thought he was. You know, I didn't think he was going to be that. I didn't even think they was ready to trade Damian Lillard. I mean, trade what's the name? Damian Lillard too. I think they ready to let him go too and be okay. I think Anthony Simons is the insurance. You know, they need to make sure they take care of him. I think he could be the future. But what you got Dame now being very aggressive. Let's say they strike out in free agency. Let's say they don't get nobody, which is more than likely to happen. I'm just talking about for Portland for 1 second. You know, how they looking at Anthony Simons? You know, who's going to go? Damian Lillard going to be like, yo, man, I stayed here. I agreed to do this. That Anthony Simons is the key to all of this. It's going to be the key to acquiring something crazy. He's going to be the centerpiece of the deal. And I think if he didn't do nothing else, Anthony Simons made himself the centerpiece for a trade. You understand? He could be the centerpiece that could get somebody over there. You know, you package him with a couple of idiots, and I'm telling you, you could get something crazy over there. You know, I don't know if that's going to take place though. Marvin said one trade I will accept flight is Anthony Simons and Nurkic for Zach. Take that. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you with that. You know, but I don't know if the Bulls going to go for that. You know, so and then you added more point guards to the Bulls. The Bulls could definitely use Nurkic. You know, I think Nurkic fixes a whole lot of problems that the Chicago Bulls are dealing with. They definitely need a big man. They need to get some rim protection. See, that's the thing. You know, with all of these injuries and all of these, you don't know who the hell's going to be here. You know, how does that affect in the ways that you're going to be able to get this roster situated? I think that's very important, you know, for the Chicago Bulls mental. You understand? They got to figure out how they're going to get this shit situated. And I feel like once they do that, they'll be okay. You know, once we hear Lonzo Ball, this bone bruise is over with. Once we get Zach Lavine, he has signed the Supermax. I think now you could go into, you know, some other things. That's the only trade the Bulls are accepting for like, but you got to remember, Marvin, Zach Lavine is an unrestricted free agent. So, I mean, he don't have to do any signing trades with Chicago. You know, that's just like a courtesy. You understand? To be doing shit like that, which he probably won't have a problem doing. But why would you go to a team and lessen the I don't know, you know, how it's going to work. You know, it all depends on the roster he would go to. Let's say he did I think the sign and trade only works with teams that probably don't have the cap space. Like, let's say in Miami, he might meet with Miami. You know, Miami don't have the money to just sign him. You know, so they're going to have to put a goddamn sign and trade together, you know. So if he do say, yo, I want to go to Miami, you know, they could probably get some shit now. You could probably get Tyler Hero. You can get some of these other young players that they got over there if they're willing to part ways with them. Shout out Basil Carpenter. He said, I like Nurk, but Vooch any day. I mean, I think Nurk, it's kind of crazy because Vooch, everybody killed Vooch, you know, but Vooch always, to me, he do just enough to get by, you know, just enough for you not to kill him. That's what I like about Vucevic. Vucevic is the type of guy, they just like, I don't know what's going on with him. You know, it's like they just, nobody, he's just the first guy to blame. And it's kind of unique because Lonzo Ball has always been the first guy blamed every time I fucking was watching, you know, any of his teams. He's the first guy to blame, you know, but I mean, it is what it is. It was nice to see another victim of the criticism and the critiques and all of that good shit. That was definitely nice, you know, because that's messed up. You know, where Lonzo Ball is always the fucking guy that's hit up. We got the legendary Zen Master in the building. What's the deal, Zen?
Hey, what's crack? What's
What,
crack,
what,
Flay?
What's your thoughts on some of these things that I'm stating here right now on the state of Chicago and all things Bulls, Lonzo, Zach? What were some takeaways you got?
Well, Zach Lavine's going to be pivotal this whole offseason. The whole
Uh,
picture, he's one of the linchpins. And so what happens with Zach is going to affect a bunch of other teams, period. Whether that's Donovan Mitchell, who could end up in Chicago. I mean, if you're going to do a signing trade, that's a good one. Whether it's a trade with Portland or a signing trade with Portland, whether you shop him on the open market, which he's doing for himself. But it seems like Zach Lavine wants out. And if I'm Chicago, I take advantage of that. Don't hold him back. Get everything that you need. You still have him under contract. You can sign him and trade him if you need to, but make sure you get what you need for value, and make sure it's not a messy situation where he starts to devalue, because that's the biggest problem that Chicago would have, is if Zach Lavine starts to sour and devalue. Now you're in a situation where every GM in the league knows you need to get rid of somebody that doesn't want to be there, and they'll fleece you for it. And we've seen that recently. We've seen that this mid-season trade season. We saw how, I'm trying to recall exactly who it was. I think it was Sacramento got abused really bad for Tyrese Halliburton. No, they actually made a pretty decent trade for Tyrese Halliburton. That's probably a bad example, but the example escapes me right now. But somebody got robbed really bad. It might be, a lot of people think Portland got robbed bad over the free agency period. But
which free agency period?
The mid-season free agent period.
Oh, okay.
The trade season.
The trade deadline.
Yeah.
What you mean talking about when they traded CJ?
Right. Because Cronin gave up. He gambled on picks, on New Orleans picks.
Well, they didn't know what Anthony Simons was going to become. That's what it was.
That's true. But they had to have some idea, though. They had to.
That he was ready.
Yeah.
Because they see him. They in practice with him. They know this dude ready. Yeah. We could let him go and don't have to feel like we have to get a replacement for CJ. We could go fill in some other needs because he's going to be the replacement for CJ.
He's super ready.
I think he could actually be the number one option for that team. He could be groomed into that. I think another season with Dame, playing alongside of him. I think because Dame, I'm just saying, if they don't get another superstar, Dame is out of there by the end of next season. In my humble opinion, I think that's when he's going to just say it's over. Because he already got too much heat on him already. Right. But you got all these legends. You heard Kevin Garnett and his shit that he said?
Oh, I hear people all the time talking about he needs to leave Portland, blah, 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 blah.
So they're trying to do it. So that's what y'all going to have to be dealing with. You're going to have to deal with these NBA legends, sitting up here trying to get these dudes up out of here for whatever reason. I don't know why the hell they dictating or what the hell is going on in Portland.
Yeah, they've been doing it for, especially LA fans. The most guiltiest motherfuckers are the LA fans.
Yeah,
they think everybody is just supposed to accept Laker trash for their superstar just because they're not Los Angeles.
Yeah, they don't have nothing. I'm telling you, if he went to the Lakers, I would think of something going on because the Lakers don't have the assets.
Nah, and we about to get Phil Knight is buying the Trailblazers. The founder of Nike is buying the Trailblazers. So I expect some shit to shake up this year.
Yeah, what you mean shake up? What's gonna happen?
New owner means new rules, who knows what he's going to want to do. Phil Knight is stupid rich, as you can imagine. He might want a new arena. He might want to swing for the fences on free agency. Who knows what a new owner will bring, but we know what Paul Allen brought, which was next to nothing. He brought us Damian Lillard, and that's about it. We ain't getting really nothing else out the deal but Damian Lillard from Paul Allen. And part of Paul Allen's will was that his daughter had to sell off all of his assets within 2 years of his death. She gets a certain amount of money, but he's donating the rest of his money to the public, basically. So, big up to Paul Allen for doing that. But the Trailblazers are one of those assets that she has to sell. So Phil Knight and one other person put up a bid for it for $2 billion. Just recently.
And I never know about all that. We got Marvin in the building. You was active in the chat. What's the deal, Marv?
What's happening, Marvin?
Salute.
You was real active in the chat.
What's going on? Yeah, man. I like to get in there and chat it up with everybody.
Is that young Marvin with a Jerry curl?
Yeah, man. That was me when I first got to Dallas, man.
Looked like you was dripping.
Nah, shit, I ain't never had no curl. That was we call him Perm from Chicago, brother.
Okay.
But I was listening to you, Zen, saying Zach won't out of Chicago. Where you hear that news at? He ain't never said that.
His comments about free agency, about
Every
exploring the field.
every unrestricted free agent says that. They supposed to do that.
If you want to be there, you going because your team.
Nope.
Well, he's unrestricted, right? So he
That's
does
right.
have free choice.
And the best way to get the most money is to say you want to explore free agency.
To
You
me,
don't
the
want to
best
say,
way,
I
the
want
best
to
way
sign
to
with the
me.
Bulls.
No. If you say
Every one, if there has not been one unrestricted free agent that didn't explore free agency before they decided to sign.
Okay, could it be that if you make it so that I want to be a Bull, doesn't that
then you're
make
gonna end up getting shaft.
doesn't that make other teams that want you make them offer more because they think you want to be with the team that you're with?
No, I think it's reverse. I think if you say you want to explore, you get more promising chances. You get more teams to say, okay, well, we'll give you this. And then another team say, well, I'll give you a little bit more. But if you say I want to sign with the Bulls, then other teams will look elsewhere.
But you've already given up. You gave up a market competitor in that example.
But I mean, the competitive nature of free agency is just what it is. That's why it's there. And it's a promising situation for every team that's capable of signing.
But what my whole point is that he's not a certain player who's up for unrestricted free agent that loves his team, that feels good about his team. He's not saying that I'm exploring shit. He's not saying that. Damian Lillard never said I'm exploring free agency, even though everybody was begging him to do so. Even though everybody been begging him, right? But he is solid in his team, and this is what I'm saying. Zach Lavine is wavering already. He ain't solid on his team. He's wavering, and to me, that's an unequivocal sign for him to come out so quick to say, "Yeah, I'm looking around." Shit, if I'm your teammate, bounce.
He's supposed to say that. And in the Bulls case, if he decide to leave, we are not dead. We can get plenty back. It won't be a problem. But
I disagree. I think he should take the other.
Where are you on percentage if he's going to stand?
60-40.
Well, that's a stand figure. You know that, right? At 60-40, we can offer him the most money. You know that. Now, if he was at 70-30, I have an argument with you, but I don't have an argument.
This is the fourth biggest market in the NBA. So if you're not going to the Lakers or LA, you're not going to the Bay Area.
That narrative that he's playing second fiddle, don't nobody even dream that if he go to LA, he won't be second fiddle behind who? LeBron James.
Yeah, but Houston could be really attractive.
Well, but
except for the fact that Jalen Green is there.
Do he want to play in Houston? Are you looking for money or are you looking for at least a chance to get a championship? So, but like I said, now I did want to address one thing to you. The trade with Portland that was put on the table was not by the Bulls. It was by Portland. And we will give him to you guys.
Is that trade official?
No, they just offered. And it was talk too, but it was brought by Portland. It wasn't brought by no Chicago officials. And you can have him for Simons and Nurkic. I'm telling you that now.
Oh, not for both of them. No, he ain't worth both of them.
That's who they offered, brother.
Tripping.
Well, now you don't like it. I like it. See what I'm saying?
For Simons and Nurkic? Hell no, I don't like it.
I know you don't, but I do. See, now listen. You see the difference in your tone now? Now, I don't like the fact of you saying him leaving, but I love the fact he can tear his ass if they give us Nurkic and Simmons and Simons. You damn right. I can care less because we get another player back in Simons who basically he will be a Zach in years to come.
Okay, but I don't follow your argument, Marvin. What's your argument?
Well, I'm not arguing. I'm just giving you the same medicine you trying to give me, saying he gonna leave. Well, your boy's gonna leave and come to us. And you can have that because you want him to leave.
Simons hasn't indicated that he was leaving. He hasn't said anything like that in Portland, for what I understand.
And Zach ain't said he was leaving.
Zach has said he's exploring free agency, and in my opinion, and only in my opinion,
in that sentence, then did you say anything about I'm leaving? No, you didn't.
Only in my opinion. When you say that,
And
you set
only
a
in
flag up.
mine, and only in mine is we gonna send him to Portland and get your 2 boards. How
Okay,
about that?
that's irrelevant. That's not what we're talking about. That's irrelevant. You asked me, do I think he's going to stay in Chicago? Not do I think he needs to come to Portland. So let's stick
Well,
to
I'm
the
telling you,
question.
that's the only
Let's
straight
stick to the
proposal that
question.
we have on
Let's
the
stick
table.
to the question,
I'm
Marvin. Do
sticking
I
to
think
the
he's
question.
going to stay in
Don't try
Chicago?
to avoid losing your boys to get Zach. Don't try to
It
avoid
got
that.
nothing to do with Portland. It
I'm
has
just
nothing to do
letting
with
you know
Portland.
how I feel when you
Do I
bring
think
up
he's
something.
going to stay in Chicago?
Make sure you
No.
include your team because we're
No,
gonna
I
take
don't think.
2 of your boys.
Look, my general feeling throughout the season when I looked at the Chicago Bulls and I saw his body language is this motherfucker ain't happy. Every time I looked at them,
that's
he
because you
wasn't
live in
happy.
Portland and you don't work for the
No,
Bulls, man.
I mean, just watching you watch the highlights because DeMar was getting off, and you can see, like, I watch body language a lot in basketball, a lot, and you
Body
can
language
just
don't
tell
talk,
he
Zen.
ain't happy. He
Zen, he
ain't.
been happy since he been there. What are you talking about?
I think he thinks he's better than the situation that he's in. That's what I think.
Where's he gonna go and be better?
Houston.
He ain't going no damn Houston. You know that already, Zen.
Look,
Now
Houston got money, and they got a little budding rookie down there, a second-year player down here that he could take care of and mentor.
Who the hell is that?
And they got Christian Wood.
Do you think Zach has hit his ceiling?
Probably.
Well, why in the hell would he go to Houston?
I don't know. I'm just saying because it's the 4th largest market in the country.
Man, he ain't going no Houston. He come to Portland.
Third largest market in the country. 3rd or 4th. I
Go
forget
ahead.
what the
I
ranking is.
got a call coming in. Go ahead and rap with him, Fly.
Okay.
I'm here with you, Zen. Salute the Sky in the chat talking trash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Flight. If you're going to leave Chicago, you ain't going to leave Chicago for someplace terrible unless, of course, you're all about the money, right? But Houston's very attractive because there's no stars down there just yet. Jalen Green's just coming into his own. You can go be the man in Houston and lead that team with Christian Wood, try to get them straight. That's one option for him. Coming to Portland, I wouldn't mind if Lavine came here. No, I don't want to give up Anthony Simons and Nurkic. If I had to give up one or the other, I would be okay with it, but not both. You fucking tripping on that shit. So that's my only thing about Portland. It's not that I don't value Zach LaVine, but when a player is asked about free agency, to me, if I'm in his position, the best negotiating position to be in is, look, I want to be a Chicago Bull, and that's all you're going to hear out of me. And let my agent take care of the rest.
Right. I mean, hopefully that's what it is. But like I said, that's after he meet with everybody. You know, because I could see him meeting with Portland. I could see him meeting with the Lakers, Miami. Who else got cap space that you think he would meet with?
Definitely Miami.
That's a sign and trade.
Yeah, Sacramento.
That's just playing games. They're going there just for fun.
They're desperate, and they got a new head coach coming, and you could possibly get Sabonis for him, which wouldn't be a bad deal.
I think that's a pipe dream.
What's
I don't think you don't leave Chicago to go to Sacramento.
I wouldn't either. But they do have the money and they do have a new head coach, and so I'll just put that out there. The Clippers, that's a possibility. Reggie Jackson and a couple others. The Clippers would be a good look for him, playing with Kawhi and Paul George.
It would.
San Antonio, but then that's you taking a step back big time competitively. Of course, Houston would be the same.
No. I think that's the team. I think there's going to be a few. Just thinking of the teams I just said: Portland, LA, Miami. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm trying to think who else got cap space. Yeah, I think that might be the only teams.
Yeah, possibly Atlanta. If Collins is out, you can get it. You can get him for Collins and.
What about the Charlotte?
Well, if Miles Bridges is gone, and he might
about Miles Bridges is crazy. I wanted to do. I don't know if I should even do a video on it, but I'm hearing that Miles Bridges ain't even really attracting as much people as people might think. Like I don't know if that's just smoke and mirrors that maybe Charlotte just put out so they could lowball him, you know. But I'm hearing that he's not really getting the teams that's looking for him. Ain't really. I don't know. I
He
heard
had a strong
Detroit.
year.
I heard who else I heard from Bridges? San Antonio, Dallas. I think he'll take the money. I think if they start offering max money, I think it's good.
Dallas
So,
would be good for him.
who's home? Where he from? Somebody said
Uh,
Bridges might go home. Anthony, where this dude from?
yeah, where is he from?
Somebody said LaMelo in Chicago. Melo everywhere. Melo got the jet.
He's from Flint. Oh, he a Flintstone. No wonder.
I heard
Yeah,
about man. I'm telling you, Detroit is building something now. So I
now
mean,
he
but they got what's the name?
Kuzma.
No,
He's
they,
from
no, they ain't
Flint.
got Kuzma. They got Bagley.
Oh, yeah, bum.
So I'm telling you, they making moves. Look, you got Stewart, you got Cade, you got Bagley, and I know it's some other people I'm missing.
Oh,
And then
damn.
you still got dude that you could trade, Jeremy Grant. So you sitting on the asset. I'm not saying that he gonna bring back the mother load, but I mean he gonna bring back something. You
People
could
want
do something
Jeremy
with
Grant.
him.
People want Jeremy Grant, but I'm not sure he wants out of Michigan. But Miles is from Flint, so yeah, that would make sense. Go
That
get
would be a
Draymond.
Jordan move. Do a sign and trade and bring back Jeremy Grant.
Yup.
And talking about Jeremy Grant as an upgrade. It was really like the same kind of player.
As
Who you
as
think?
Zach.
Jeremy Grant is different. Who you think is better, Jeremy Grant or Miles Bridges?
Oh, Grant's a better defender than Bridges. Bridges
Grant,
is a more
you think
explosive
Grant play
offensive player.
defense?
He's a better defender than Bridges. I'll say
No.
that. That ain't saying a whole lot, but he's a better defender than Bridges, yeah. And as far as offense is concerned, he's decent. They both mid. Neither one of them's blowing the scoreboard out.
Right. Well, so you
Different
got Jeremy Grant. You think Jeremy Grant is a little bit better right now?
defensively overall, yeah. Yeah, I would say overall between the two of them, he's more experienced. Consider his lineage. Yeah, Jeremy Grant's better than Miles Bridges at this point. Miles just makes a lot of highlights because of his explosiveness. And he made a lot of gains in this season, but Grant's been good for a couple seasons now.
Right. Yeah, Jeremy Grant been doing this thing. He did his thing in Denver, and then he traveled out. It's not really doing much in Detroit, but a lot of people don't do things in Detroit. You see
Yeah,
what
but
they try to do to Reggie Jackson once he left.
like you
You know,
said, they building in Detroit with Hartenstein, who's a great defender. Who else they got up there?
I don't even. All I know is they got
Cade
Stewart,
Cunningham,
Cade, and Bagley. I think that's a good foundation.
Sadiq Bey, who scored
Sadiq
51
Bey, I
points in a
forgot about
game.
him. Yeah, they got a team. They about 4 to 5 years away.
When you see somebody score 51 points in an NBA game, you keep your eye on them after that.
Right.
You don't forget that shit. Just like when Devin Booker scored 70 and he was like in his second year, it's like, okay, mental note, watch this kid. He
Yeah.
might
And they
he
end up
might be
going to the
shit for the
finals.
next year or so, but he's capable of scoring
I got to
70
give that
points.
dude credit though. Even though like it's not working out for him like that, but
Yeah.
that dude first playoff run went to the goddamn finals.
Oh, D Book is nice. He just a little he doesn't have the lead yet. I think he needs the lead, and maybe it ain't gonna happen until CP is gone.
Yeah, but I mean, CP I think is the guy that's bringing their ass to this finals intensity.
Yeah,
You know,
but
he the one who demanded that level of excellence.
and
You
that's
know,
gonna rub
so
off on Book.
you hope so.
It's got to. And then when CP sunsets, Book becomes, CP with a serious 3-point game. Let's hope something like it, or at least the leader that Chris was. But you don't learn to become a good leader unless you're around other good leaders. That's the advantage of having
Anthony said
CP3 around.
Corey Brewer dropped 52. Zen, I don't know.
Corey Brewer dropped 52. I didn't say that meant there was a lock there's going to be a superstar, but I will keep my eye.
I do
I won't
remember that
forget
was in
that shit.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I will not forget if you drop numbers like that 9 times out of 10.
I think Mo Williams put up 52.
Mo Williams was nice.
Yeah, Mo Williams one of my favorite players ever.
Hell yeah, we had him in Portland. Went to the playoffs with us in 2014. I still got the T-shirt.
He did?
Hell yeah. We had a squad, boy. That was like Dame's rookie year. Not his rookie year, his second year. LaMarcus Aldridge, Mo Williams.
some you got Kevo talking about rumors Spider Mitchell want to take his talents to South Beach. I think something going on with him now.
I don't blame him if he does, but him and Lonzo would be a good look.
What about him?
Him and Lonzo would be a good look if Zach's determined to get out of there. Not that I don't know if he would want to go to Utah, but it looks like Spider's ready to bounce, so that's a possible trade. Sign and trade.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you with that. Shout out, Rap God Reload. He said Antoine dropped 51 versus the Lakers. Mo, yeah, I said Mo also put up 50. I remember that. That was with the Timberwolves too. Everybody put up 50 with the Timberwolves.
But
Nigga, I was against
regardless,
Indiana. I think he put up that 50 with Mo Williams. I was watching that
regardless,
game.
I definitely keep my eye on a player after they. You take a mental note, put it that way, so you're
Yeah,
not
sure.
surprised because it says you're capable of doing that.
Yeah. That's why I hate when they say LeBron didn't play with nobody. Because, I mean, I think that LeBron didn't utilize these people the way he should have. A little bit better. I know that it wasn't the best talent in the world, but I mean, Delonte West was good. You had Mo Williams at the time. You had Shaq. I remember they traded for Antoine Jameson. This is the year I think he left. Like, you had all the pieces. You had Ilgauskas. You had Hickson. You had fucking Shaq. I mean, goddamn, Varejao. I mean, goddamn, how much talent you need? I know that you might not have the suit. I mean, that's a lot of versatility, man.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
that 5-4-5 position, a lot of different looks, man. You had Mo Williams and Zach. They was playing at a high level. I mean, Mo Williams and Delonte, they was playing at a high level for their talents. Um, I'm trying to think who else was on that
Not
team.
not
Daniel
everybody can
Gibson.
play. Not everybody can play in the LeBron system.
Yeah, that was what it was. They was running that LeBron system. I think they should have had a better system in place and could have utilized them better because Mo Williams should have been that guy. And I feel like even Kyrie was going through that. And I think that's probably why he wanted to leave.
Yeah, he felt
It's
like he
like,
was being put in
yeah, it's like you
order.
just using me as a fucking, like you deploying me as for just a fucking, just,
Shooter.
yeah.
I said, put me
Yeah,
in a
like
corner
that
like a little
basically.
baby.
Yeah, you just use me and he could do everything.
Yep. And then when we lose, guess what? I'm taking the blame.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You're gonna take the blame when you lose, but he gonna take the credit when y'all win.
Sad. Yeah, that's
Sad but
fine. Big
true.
Z was a pro, and he got his jersey retired now too.
What's
Uh,
up, Light?
no, I said that Big Z. Somebody put in the chat about Big Z. I said that he got his jersey retired too up there.
Big
Or
Z.
Gonson's got his jersey retired in
Oh,
Cleveland.
Zadrunas Ilgauskas.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he wasn't like a superstar, but I mean, he
He was
was
an All
good for
Star.
15 and 10.
He went to the All Star.
Yeah, he was an all-star, former all-star.
Yep.
But he gave you those numbers. He was a double threat every night. Delonte West was definitely a tight combo guard. Delonte West was clamping Brown. Those facts.
Well, no. We also know that led to a wall punching. But you know what? I'm not here to bash LeBron tonight, unless
Yeah,
it
that's
bring
what I'm saying. We
unless it
did
brings Dex onto the show.
right. Well, I'm not. We got a couple of LeBron fans in here. Yeah,
I think Dex might be spent after last night flight.
right. Well, what do you do?
Whatever he was doing, he got his nut off last night. That's for damn sure. Dex
What you
was
mean?
on.
What are you talking about?
Dex was wild last night, man. He was talking about his dog and how, bruh, we was cracking up so hard last night. I don't know if you heard it all, but man,
I didn't hear towards the tail end. I might have
oh
missed.
my God, we was cracking up so bad last night. You got to listen to last night's show, flight. Dex was talking about his dog, okay?
Well,
And
I didn't hear that part.
he got the two German rots. Well, he told us the story, and he didn't tell us the reason why he's enduring this torture until the end. But this dog, he admitted, humped him when he was laying down. He got to fight the dog off because the dog wants to hump him.
Well, I wish we don't want to. I feel you, man. I understand
But then,
where.
hold up. He bit him. The dog bit him recently. He was mad about that. Like this was the day before yesterday. So
Uh,
then he keeps talking. Eventually, we learn he's trying to mate these dogs. So he's taking all this abuse from from this dog because he tried to hit a lick.
wow.
Dex is wild. This dog that humped you and bit you, but you trying to hit a lick, so it's all good. Oh man, I love Dex, bro. Just for shit like that.
It's
But yeah,
crazy.
he was going in, man. It was like he had rabies or something last night, bro. It was crazy.
Wow.
Salute to Dex.
Yeah, salute. Salute to everybody that's in the chat right now. We're discussing Lonzo Ball and Zach Lavine. We're discussing making sure, just bringing awareness that they need to put these injury issues behind them, man, because, you got something major to play for next season. The Bulls could really make a deep playoff threat, man, make a deep playoff push. And they could definitely be a threat in the Eastern Conference, just like they was this season prior to all hell breaking loose. It's time to recreate that magic, for Chicago. And I think that they got the makeup to do it. They got the roster to do it. So we just trying to figure out, the pathway to success. Obviously guys got to get healthy. We're discussing the contract for Zach Lavine. We discussed possible destinations just because he's an unrestricted free agent, whether it's a sign and trade or he just signed there outright. We're discussing what Billy Donovan has to do because Billy Donovan will be on the hot seat. He will be evaluated. I think this season he had free range to do whatever, but despite the East being loaded, and it is loaded, the Eastern Conference is crazy, and it's going to be even wilder next season because people know what's at stake. If you don't get out to a good start, you're done.
Mm.
You feel me? If you fuck up, you go on a quick 6-game losing streak, you lose, 4 out of 5, you're done. You're gonna put yourself behind the 8 ball severely. Unless you're a team that could go off for 8 straight, maybe like the Nets or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Miami. I don't think you should play games. Even out west, it's gonna be another situation because the Lakers. I think LeBron gonna have some urgency. It seems like every time LeBron do miss the playoffs, he come back at the top of the fucking thing. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
interested to see what happens with these teams that miss the postseason,
I
and then
was gonna
these
say
teams
it's
that's
like
on the come up as well, because there's a lot of things going down.
yeah. I would expect the West to return with a vengeance next year, big time.
Anthony was good.
What's good, y'all? What's good?
Was
Alvarado
good.
was cracking.
Not much. I'm chilling. Just chilling.
Yeah, I was just saying, man. I expect the West to return next year, big time, because of L.A. in general, not just the Lakers, but the Clippers' health. That's a big factor in the West as well. And then Denver getting Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray back, as well as you can expect changes in Dallas
Right.
immediately. So the West gonna be right back. But what's good, Anthony?
Not much. I was hearing what you guys were saying about the Bulls, and I'm also very curious about their approach in this offseason, especially in the draft, because I'm very, very curious what they're gonna do. Because I feel like they can plug in a bunch of holes because I know that they're a very good team, but I feel like they're also lacking depth, and I feel like they can also fill those types of holes, whether it be a wing player or a center.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like within this draft position that they can also get a player of need, whether it be that wing or center. There's a bunch of guys that I'm looking at.
I say you ain't gonna survive the East without a strong center, without strong rim protection, considering your opponents in the
I,
East.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
You got
Especially
one
when
center in the West to worry about, exactly one. But in the East, you got 3 of them.
can we count? I know Giannis is not a center, but can we count Giannis
I'm
as a
counting him. Yeah, I'm counting him as a big.
yeah? Okay, I see.
So
Uh,
let's say bigs in the East, you got to have a big.
yeah, definitely. I mean, what you gonna do with Tony Bradley? With all due respect, I'm just saying you got you got Vooch, but Vooch is not much of a defensive presence in the perimeter or interior, to be honest.
So if you get him a good rim protector, I mean, I don't know what Patrick Williams' status is. But if you
He's
if
been
you
healthy.
can upgrade from Patrick Williams to like a really good like a Rudy, that would be nice.
I agree with that.
That would be a significant upgrade.
I agree with. I like that.
I think that's the best thing Chicago could do, especially if Zach wants to bounce. Go get Rudy. Spider looks like he's on his way out too. Utah's open for business.
I believe if Rudy's traded, that will be the final nail in the coffin for the Utah Jazz.
They need to rebuild. Quinn Snyder just quit. He just gave up.
I don't blame him.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm going home,
Damn, no.
and I'm staying home. Fuck this."
I don't blame. You know,
He just quit.
I think New York should look at him. I think the Knicks should look at him.
That's
I
a
want
good look.
to.
Anybody
I don't
with an
mind.
opening right now should look at him for real. But
Yeah.
yeah, Thibodeau needs to be out. Is he up? Is his job up? Flight? You know if Thibodeau's up?
What about him?
You know if his job is up? Or Anthony, do you know?
Nope.
Which mean if he got fired?
Right.
No, he ain't gonna fire. Yeah, he gonna be on the hot seat too.
Okay.
He
Oh,
will
yeah.
be on the hot seat. I don't think he gonna. Well, sure, this the Knicks. He a coach of the year. He ain't gonna get fired in the middle of the season. They're gonna fire his ass at the end.
I
You know,
disagree
so-
with that. I disagree with that.
No, he
Flight.
won coach of the year. I think the Knicks is trying to establish something here. A culture. Just like what the New Orleans Pelicans did. Give credit to the Pelicans. For 1 second, they didn't fire these guys, even though they should have fired these. They should have fired Van Gundy. They should have let his ass go maybe the quarter way through the season. But they let it. They fired him at the end of the season. Even Gentry, he didn't let him go as soon as he got hired. He didn't even hire Gentry. You understand? So he came on and basically let Gentry coach the team and everything. He could have just fired him as soon as he touched down. And then a lot of other people they fired him at the end of the season. These teams are trying to build something so other people will like that. Respect that shit. If they let go the way they handled that was another regime. What they did to who the hell they fired Fizdale, even though he deserved it, but they did a lot to Fizdale. How they let his ass go, but Fizdale didn't help his claims because he deserved that firing.
Yeah, he's
So
not.
nobody tripping on Fizdale.
Fizdale's not a head coach.
Yeah, he need to coach superstars. Well, he don't really got to do much.
Fizdale's Mike Brown Senior.
Yeah.
Nah.
I
I will
dog
say
Mike
this.
Brown. Watch the Sacramento Kings make the playoffs for the first time in 16 years next year.
I can see that. I can see that happen. No, I
They're
don't
not
see that
bad, man.
happening.
Davion Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox,
Man, I don't know.
Domantas Sabonis, they're not bad.
They're not-
Chimeze Metu's not bad. I like what they're doing.
They're not bad though, but I just think I can just name 8 teams, like 9 to 10 teams off of my head in the Western Conference that are just gonna be straight up better than them.
They're
Like,
gonna get they're gonna, but they're making changes. Like Harrison Barnes, he got to go.
Salute the Triple B Nation.
I think they finally starting to get it. Harrison Barnes ain't ever gonna really get you, but the same Harrison Barnes game every single game, and he's just uninspiring. So Harrison Barnes is out of Sacramento as far as I can see. They're happy about getting rid of Buddy because Buddy wanted to leave, and they're happy about Bagley being gone. So they're
Yep.
feeling pretty good about themselves in Sacramento right now. And they have the longest playoff drought in NBA history right now, 16 years. So they are actually the worst team in the NBA.
that's sad.
And the worst team in the history.
They're one of the most dysfunctional franchises in sports.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
They're putting the Knicks to shame.
they make us look smart. They make us look
Yeah, but
smart.
they just in Sacramento, so people not really giving them the attention they deserve.
Right.
They need to
Shout out
be.
to my boys D-Lo and KC out there in Sac.
They need to be up on. They need to be talking about Vlade Divac, like figure out what the hell is going on. I think he got the honorary G pass.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about him.
They give Monty McNair and
They don't get no first take segments.
Nah.
They're not gonna spend a half hour on him on Undisputed. They just ain't gonna. They need to, but they're not. Listen, they talk about the same shit on Undisputed, man. They just switch it up. They're talking about it's all the same, man. They're not really talking about shit that need to really be spoken about.
Like they be talking about what LeBron be eating for
That's
breakfast.
it.
They know the formula.
They trying to talk
LeBron,
his ass back to the finals. That dude LeBron probably gonna struggle again next season.
because
Oh
what
god.
gets ratings is LeBron and the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah, and Brady.
and Brady. That's
And
what gets
Brady.
ratings. That's it. Brady could shit on a record and it'll be a hit.
Oh
Uh,
god.
the Windy City Water Buffalo gonna be great next season. What the hell?
I'm sorry
The
about the delay,
Bills,
guys, but I did want to chime in
the
on you guys'
Windy,
conversation.
the
It's
Windy City Bulls.
I'm kind of confused with Sacramento. You give up Halliburton, you
I
bring back
agree.
you bring back a center that's decent.
What's
What
good, Marvin?
direction are they going in? What's going on, Alvarado? What direction are they? I mean, where are they pointing? You know, I mean, you give up Halliburton, you get a center. Are you making moves to replace Halliburton? I mean, what are they doing out there, guys?
They got
I like
Sabonis.
Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, Davion's nice. He's a great defender. Demonis Sabonis was the replacement for oh boy, the
Marvin
trade
Bagley.
for
Marvin
no Halliburton.
And they play in the West too, man.
Oh.
Now that is two different positions in, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I mean, you know, are you using Buddy Hill for that position that you vacated with Halliburton?
I
No,
totally
Davion
forgot
Mitchell
about
is in
him.
that position.
Oh,
Davion Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Who's a
All right.
great kid. I
I'm
watched
with
an interview
you.
with Davion the other day. He's a great kid.
Davion
I'm with
Mitchell
you
fit
on the.
good with
I'm with
dude
you on the.
with
I'm with
Fox.
you on the fact that they are up and coming, but is anybody interested in going to Sacramento? What
See,
kind of cap space do
that's
they
what I
have?
talk to them about, and they don't like to hear it, understandably so. But that team honestly needs to move to San Jose. That's where that team needs to be. Sacramento ain't. I lived in Sac for 5 years. It ain't the place to be.
I mean,
Straight up.
you telling me that's the drawback from free agents wanting to come there?
Yeah, because you're competing with Los Angeles and you're competing with San Francisco. So you're the fourth choice for everybody in California. Everybody.
Well, and I
So
agree with Flight. Why ain't nobody talking about Diva? I mean, he's the
That's what I'm
fucking worst.
saying. He ain't nobody. He
You
just
know?
nobody's nothing.
Monty
Yeah, you know,
McNair get
he
all
ain't
the
did
heat.
nothing, and don't nobody say nothing.
Monty McNair
Nothing.
gets all the heat.
That dude need a whole segment.
Yeah, he does.
He need a whole block.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been a total fuck up since they had him. You know,
I don't even hear
I mean, I'm
Vladdy's
looking at
name
the
anymore out there.
contracts. They got Harrison Bond on the books for 2 years for 20. They got De'Aaron Fox 5 for 28, and they got Sabonis on the deal actually 3 years for 19,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. You know, they got room. Let me see what kind of cap space they got here. I mean, I guess the whole they 18 million under
Mitchell is
the cap.
locked. Mitchell's a lock, Marvin. So you got to count Mitchell too. He's a lock.
Okay, Mitchell. All right, but they 18 mil under the cap.
Yeah,
Under.
they can afford
The cap.
some. They can afford some firepower. Mike
I mean,
Brown ain't no dummy. He's going to get them to the respectability. He might not lead them to a championship, but he will get them to respectability too. And he'll push back on Monty.
And if you want to mention Mitchell, he's under a 4-year, $4 million a year. So they got him locked up.
Yeah, he's a rook. He was
You know?
he was a rookie this year.
Poor dude. That's a question,
I mean, but you saying move off of Harrison Barnes. What you gonna get back in return for him?
They are just ready. I listen to these guys every day. ESPN 1320, D-Lo and KC in Sacramento. I listen to them every day, and I hear the fans, and I interact in the comments, and everybody's just ready for HB to move on. They understand that his career is pretty much at its end, and they need fresh legs. They need energy.
So realistically, Zen, who you get back for Harrison Barnes? Draft picks?
I was gonna say a first rounder.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
I don't know if you're gonna get the first rounder for him.
He's a serviceable small forward.
Yeah, maybe you just get the best value you can. Just go younger. Sometimes it's about the age of your roster. Sometimes it's about a guy needing to go home to finish his career.
Yeah.
Maybe not being a good fit, but I'm sure Mike Brown knows Harrison Barnes well enough.
Yeah, and I wanted to give a shout out to Flight for the show last night. I think that was one of the best shows that I've ever been on. We had a ball last night.
Oh,
Flight.
that was amazing. Oh my
That
God.
was a great show last night, Flight. I don't know if you got a chance because It was one of the first ones that I actually went back the next day and listened to the whole damn show over, and it was hilarious.
I
That was,
rewatched everything.
man, that was a great show last night. So shout out to Flight. That was just, and the Dex. That dude is something special, man. He had Dex was on some more shit last night, man. Me and Zen was even blown away. Like, I don't know what the hell Dex got going on tonight. But last night he was hot to trot, brother. He was rolling with everybody, man. I mean, everybody took some blows to the chest and low blows, and man, it was a great show last night.
It was wild. It was wild.
It was just, I mean, from one topic to the next, each one of them was wide open, man. But I'm thinking, man, yeah, if you want to keep talking about Sacramento, man, I don't know if that's depressing or if it's unrealistic.
That should sound like a challenge.
You know, it's one of them black holes. You know, I don't know what to say about Sacramento, man. I can't feel sorry for them because I hurt when my team lose. So as long as they not beating us, they beat us this year. So I ain't real fucking feeling too sorry for their ass. What the hell, man?
Funny enough, I'm planning to take the kid to Sacramento on Saturday, so I'll say what's up to Sac to y'all.
You know, we can laugh at each other teams, but then we look back at our own team and we ain't did a damn thing. It's not so damn funny. You know what I mean?
Not for sure. Not for sure.
I mean, Zen, you remember last night when I raised the question to the panel on what we could all do to better our team, and you remember my last question was, well, after we all then decided what we can do with our team, which one of us think we're gonna win the championship? And all of us laughed at our own damn self.
Everybody got quiet.
You know?
I know damn well.
I
We
mean,
ain't nowhere near it.
Last night to me, man, was, I mean, I don't know how we come up with those topics, but boy, they could just come out and roll with them, man.
Where the Pigeons fans at tonight? I'm surprised they ain't flocking around.
Not the Pigeon fan.
Just gonna put me on that path now.
Sky was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Sky was talking crazy.
She was wild last night too.
Nah, Jess was. Oh my gosh, bro.
Well, that's because of Dex. Dex ran everybody fucking hot last night, man.
Did.
He just ran everybody hot.
He had no chill.
Hey, man, and I want to say this to Alvarado. Kudos to you, man, because I mean, I couldn't even get a damn. You couldn't even get a word out. They was answering every fucking question that I asked you, and I'm like, man, y'all gonna let the man answer or what, man? And he was like, you know, finally, I think I heard Alvarado say, "Fuck y'all."
Hey, Sky, when I say pigeons, I'm saying that to Jessica only, not to you. They still the Pelicans when it come to you, Sky. But Jessica got on my nerves, so they the Pigeons when it come to her.
Oh, Sky said, I'm here. He's just listening. That's good, Sky. We had a calm show tonight. Please don't come on the panel, man. We trying to cool out tonight. Last night was enough.
Anybody do a wellness check on Nico Savage?
You know, I don't know,
Nico.
What Nico talking?
I don't know. He might be depressed right about now.
Shout out to Rap God. I want to holler at Rap God. If you get a chance, come on the panel, man. I think I seen you in the chat in the Windy City. I mean, in Chicago Bulls Central today. But yeah, man. Yesterday was a hell of a damn show, man. Yeah, that was. I'm out
to look back and see what I missed.
Man, that was a great show, Flight. I mean, that one there. If you hadn't heard it, you need, because you listen to the whole damn thing, man. It was just outrageous.
I know what Dex is. He had to go get that rabies test today. That's where his ass is.
Yeah, Dex even went personal on us with us. Like, he let us know about his dog kind of loving him a little bit too much. And oh, man, that shit was crazy, man. That was fucking hilarious last night, man. Had coffee going off on it, man, in the chat. I don't know if you guys read that comment Coffee put in the chat. He said, Dex, just tell the dog you know Coffee and he won't be trying to hump your ass no more. Oh, man, I was dying laughing. Dex is a fool. That boy is crazy. He came up with the scenario that Brandon Ingram is leaving, going to Miami. Had the Pelican fans all riled up.
Sure did.
Out of
And
the way.
the religion. He said about the religion.
Yeah, the religion, fake news. Oh man, he just was everywhere last night.
The
That shit.
You
fakenews.com.
know he's a Hebrew Israelite, right? You know that,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, and he sounds so convincing. People probably left there believing that shit, man. I was like, Jake, please, man, you're gonna have people jumping off buildings.
Had Jessica all nervous.
Yeah, it's about. All right, Jessica raises her voice when she get upset. She's like, I don't want to hear all that. Oh boy, that shit was crazy, man.
Oh, I love that.
And then even the takes on each one of us giving our takes on our team, better than our team. Ray had me dying laughing talking about the Lakers. And that's what got it started because they was riding on the Lakers and that pissed Dex off. So he just went out on every fucking body. He said, what the hell? But what's this chatter guy that we hearing about Curry, about him not showing up in the fourth quarters in the two losses that the Golden State has, guys? What about that?
Yeah, it's not unusual for Steph
6 points. A total of 6 points in fourth quarter in two games that they lost, guys. How about that?
Draymond with 15 points and 15 turnovers?
Yeah, you're right. How about that?
Or is it 15 fouls? 15 fouls.
Yeah,
and
15 fouls.
Points.
Yeah. And him doing podcasts after the games. Is he not focused enough, you know?
Yeah, Golden State looks like fat. They look like fat cows right now. They do. They look like they've been eating real good for a long time. You know how they feed cows before they,
Yeah. But is that the case then? Because if they win tomorrow, all that talk will be over with.
I mean, I believe in the Celtics in 6 anyway, so I'm gonna stick with my script. But I don't know their disposition. This is what people talking about their fans being so arrogant and how it just comes from winning. It's like King's disease.
Yeah.
At some point, you get so used to winning and accustomed to being in this position, they're not impressed by being in the finals. They're not hungry because they got 3 rings on their fingers. Maybe the younger guys are, but Steph, Clay, and Dre, they're validated. They're going to the Hall of Fame.
3 rings ain't too many. You got a whole lot more fingers, and that ain't a bunch of fucking rings.
Yeah, but boys they're going to the Hall of Fame no matter what. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Steph was on fire early in the season. As soon as he broke that record, what happened?
Just total meltdown, man.
Right into the toilet. Now that it's the finals, he's scoring 30 points a game again. These guys can be affected by stuff like that.
But here's the deal. He's scoring 30 points in the wins. But when he loses, he look like crap. So what's up with that?
I haven't seen Steph really look bad. Now, he disappeared in the fourth. Yeah, but he doesn't look bad. He just disappears. He's not throwing up a ton of bricks.
Disappearing and look bad. Disappearing and looking bad. Hey, that can be put in the same sentence.
But you can also credit Boston's defense because I think Boston is probably thinking, okay, we let Golden State shoot their load the first half of the third quarter, and then we lock down the second half of the third quarter and take it from there. That's what I think Boston's game plan is. So I think Steph's getting the clamps put on his ass, basically going into the fourth quarter. Marcus Smart is putting the clamps on him.
And I also want to say what really stood out to me. I think it was Zen actually yesterday where he pointed out the utilization of Jaylen Brown as him being the primary option in the offensive end for the first 3 quarters. I feel like that really, how would I say?
Yeah. And I think
really
the wrinkle that the coach of Boston put in with Jason Tatum being point really rattled Golden State. It was something they wasn't looking for. Great move by him, and I think that's something to look forward to going on in this series too, guys.
Oh, he's an amazing coach, a brilliant coach.
Now, if they start pressing Tatum, they're going to leave Smart available to pick the asses apart.
Yeah.
So that's one thing they got to be very wary of. If they start pressing Tatum, is you better have a check down on Marcus Smart immediately and Jaylen Brown because either one of them is going to take the ball and go.
Can we all agree that I think we got 2 coaches that make great game by game adjustments and quarter by quarter adjustments?
Yeah, you don't get here if you don't.
I think Steve Kerr makes the best quarter-by-quarter adjustments, and I think Udoka makes the best game-by-game adjustments. Because it's something about Steve Kerr in the third quarter that he just totally just dominates every coach that he runs up against. They always win the third quarter.
I think they abandoned defense in the third quarter. That's what I think it is.
And they just go full-out offense.
Yep.
I mean, but if that's the case, it would show up on the other team's points, and it doesn't necessarily show that, Zan.
They score such a high rate.
20 and 15 every third quarter.
They score at such a high rate, and they're able to hit threes. Once the team starts picking you apart offensively, it leads to demoralization and turnovers and mistakes. And they can't sustain it forever. Obviously, they can't, and they know they can't. But they seem to feel like if we can come out and intimidate you in the third quarter by scoring a bunch of points, the rest of the game don't matter. Boston needs to have the opposite attitude, which is you ain't scoring shit in the third. We don't give a fuck about points. We're going to lock it down in the third.
So is it true to the statement that they really do miss KD for one player to create his own shot? Because they do not have a player on their team that really can create their own shot.
Would you rather have Kevin Durant or Andrew Wiggins?
Well, I mean, that one ain't hard to understand or pick.
There you go. That's that simple.
I mean, you
Kevin
know what?
Durant would be easily better.
Wiggins is probably averaging 16 to 18 points a game in this series.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, but KD would be averaging 30 on 15 or 16 shots. Whereas Wiggins might have 16 on 17 shots. KD
and is Boston's defense predicated to stopping Wiggins like it would be against KD? No. So
no, definitely not. Not that he's not a capable scorer. He is. He just ain't Kevin Durant. Of course, nobody is. That boy incredible.
Are we on the verge of looking at Utah breaking up the Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell combination?
Yeah, it's over.
I hope so. I really hope so.
What you think?
Do you think they both will be in the East next year?
I would say Donovan is on his way to Miami. I feel very good about that.
Miami?
Yeah, Miami. I get that. I'm getting that gut feeling right now. I don't know why, but I'm just getting that gut feeling that he's going.
Think Tyler Hero switches places with him?
I don't want to be foolish thinking about that Tyler Hero Duncan Robinson trade.
Yeah, don't bring that up again. That right there might bring back memories from last night.
Not only that, but the 2 first rounders too. Can't forget about the 2 first rounders. The 2 first rounders
and the destination for Gobert, guys.
And maybe Charlotte.
I like Gobert in Chicago. I like Ayton in Charlotte.
I like Ayton in Detroit.
Now, I like that take, Zen, but I like it in reverse. I like Ayton in Chicago and Gobert in Chicago.
Ah, I see.
That's because DeAndre can give you more offense.
You damn right. That's what we need down there. If we're gonna part ways with Vooch, we gotta try to bring some of that scoring back at least. And then the other parts of the games that we were missing. That's why I don't believe the Gobert deal is gonna go through with Chicago, because we're gonna get great rim protection, but we're losing too much offense. A lot of people say we don't need Vooch's offense, but that's not true. The Bulls ran a lot of their offense through Vooch this year. As quiet as he kept, I don't care what people say, but they did. And
let's Marvin, don't forget how Giannis dominates Ayton.
Oh, I understand that. That's why I said we're gonna keep Vooch. But Giannis does dominate Ayton. You're right, but I believe that the Bulls are not going only now. If we get Ayton, we won't get another center. But I believe I'm in the sentiment of this. Keeping Vooch and bringing Mitch in with him, keeping them both, having both of them. Then you still got the scoring with Vooch and you got the rim protection with Mitch. And I say that because to get Rudy, you're going to pay 3 times the salary to get basically the same thing. Now, he's probably better. He is better than Mitchell, but I would rather take Mitchell any day simply because of the salary. Now, and Mitch is younger. So I would say the better deal is Mitchell Robinson, and that allows you to keep Vooch because Mitch is unrestricted, and you can actually sign him without, giving up Vooch, and you put a package together with Kobe, because I believe Kobe is gone. And if people keep thinking Patrick Williams is gone, they're out their mind. The Bulls are not going to part ways with Pat Williams. If we were going to do that, we had plenty chances at the trade deadline because Detroit was dying for him. But we don't want Jeremy Grant. I don't know why people believe the Bulls do. We do not, that he won't fit with the Bulls. That he's just being away with Zach, DeMar, and Jeremy Grant. That's just not going to work. So I really see the center that I feel the Bulls are really going to reach out for is that of Mitchell Robinson. I don't see us at the 18th pick getting anybody out of the damn draft, and I don't see us moving up in the draft. So, and I'm going to ask you guys this. Do you guys see a big man in the draft coming out that can contribute in the NBA this following season?
110%. I got a guy.
Who you think? Mark Anderson?
I got Mark Williams out of Duke.
Mark Williams.
Mark Williams, yep. I absolutely love.
Now, what's the deal with this Mark Williams? How big is he? What is he average? And is he ready to play in the NBA?
This dude is 7'2". Let me get the credentials on my screen, because this dude is a freak of nature as I speak right now. Absolutely, like 20 years old, 7 foot. He's 7 foot. I think he has a standing reach of 8'2". Yeah, 8'2", 8'2" as well. Very smooth game around the rim, and can shoot a little bit.
He's athletic.
Very athletic. Very athletic.
I see Josh Jackson saying he's perfect for the Bulls. He won't be there for the Bulls pick. He'll be gone by then.
I hear Keegan Murray.
Oh, Keegan Murray is projected top 6.
All right, guys. I hear you guys talking about these. Are they ready for the NBA?
Oh, yes. Mark Williams is ready for the NBA. And Keegan, yes. I agree with Keegan as well.
So where you see Mark Williams going? What is he projected as coming out? What number?
Mark is projected to be from the number 11th pick all the way to 18.
So he's projected to go that high at 11?
Yeah, he can go that high. Yep. We can get him. We've been looking at Mark Williams.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I would think you guys would get him if you're going to part ways with Robinson.
Yeah, definitely. But we also been looking at wings as well. So we don't know where we're going at all. So that's my concern.
Do the Bulls have a DeMar problem?
Who was that? One of the guys on the panel brought up, Flight just mentioned it, about Orlando trying to get rid of the number 1 pick to get Zion. Is that realistic?
No, that's not. Come on. Come on. I know Flight must have been like trying to stir things up, to be honest. I don't know if that was all true.
I mean, I don't even see. I really believe that Orlando would be willing to part ways with that number 1 pick to get a veteran. That's what they need.
I don't know. I think they just need more talent, to be honest. They just need talent at this point.
I believe they need a veteran superstar to go along with all them number 1 young players they got.
And I feel like they can get a superstar in this draft. I feel like this is the
draft. Who's projected to be number 1?
Chet Holmgren or Jabari Smith Jr.
Okay, now I've heard about Jabari Smith. He's supposed to be. How tall is he?
6'8". Yeah, 6'8". Yeah.
Never drafted Jabari.
Let me see.
What you think about him, Zen?
Oh, he's 6'10". 6'10".
Never drafted Jabari. They never pan out.
I mean, do you think he's going to pan out?
I don't know much about him. I'm messing around. I honestly don't know much about him.
I do know a good amount about Jabari Smith. So he's a sophomore coming out of Auburn. His shooting form is absolutely beautiful. I feel like when he goes to the NBA, that will be translatable right away. It'll be the first thing you notice as you see him. I feel like not only that, but his placement and his off the dribble shooting is also very good as well, which he also
would he disappear in Orlando?
No, I don't think so.
You think he really stand out?
Yep, because they've been looking for a big wing. They don't have that. They have Franz Wagner, but that's about it.
Are you sure he's going to flourish in Orlando?
110%.
Okay, so what does that put them at? What, 29 wins next year?
Yep, but put them at 30, probably 30-ish, 31, 20.
So is it worth it?
I'll say it's worth it just because you can move on from a bunch of young talent that Orlando has, and you can get that veteran instead of trading his number 1 pick.
So you keep him and you use your other number 1s to get somebody else.
You don't use your Cole Anthony's or your
Yeah, that's
potentially
what I mean. Players that are already on the team.
or your RJ Hamptons or your Jonathan Isaacs, because I like Jonathan Isaac too.
What about Jalen Suggs? I mean, Suggs. He wasn't he their number
He,
one pick last year or year before last year?
he was a number fifth pick. He was a number fifth pick. I like Jalen a lot. I like Jalen a lot.
Salute to Reef Finesse in the chat. That's a new name. Welcome to Flight Sports TV.
I like Jalen, but the only thing that sucks is that he got injured, and he didn't really get to pan out that much.
And who has the number 2 pick? Houston.
That will be like who has
I
it?
mean, I'm asking. Does Houston have the number 2 pick? That's what I'm asking.
The
Okay,
Yanks
so
sure
yeah.
should. Draft.
Oh, OKC has it.
Yep.
Now that's something.
I'm saying Presti, boy.
And this is where I think OKC will be a threat coming for the next 10 to 15 years if they get this right. You have to draft Chet Holmgren. You have to.
Oh, big man.
You have to draft Chet Holmgren.
Now wait a minute. I've heard a lot about Chet Holmgren. How big and how heavy is this guy?
So he's at
7'2", $130.
$130.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't he a skinny something?
Yeah, he look like Sean Bradley.
He's 7', 190.
Oh shit! So that's a project, guys.
Yeah, he's a stick figure.
He's a stick figure, but I haven't seen no one in his size in years move the way he moves, especially off the dribble.
That's what they said about Sean Bradley.
Well, at the same time, you have to look at the repertoire this guy has because of the way he was moving in college. This dude was going off the dribble.
Milk. I'll be right back.
Okay, hold him up, guys. Rap God is saying that Mo Bamba is leaving Orlando. Does that mean Orlando's taking Chet Holmgren?
I don't think so. But Mo Bamba is leaving Orlando.
Okay, so if you let him walk, are you not going to try to replace that big man?
Probably not, because I don't know. Orlando's weird. They're in a weird situation because they don't know what to really do. They might go Chet. They might go Paolo.
Sky is saying that he must think Mo Bamba's coming to the Pelicans. Is what Sky? I think that's what Sky is saying.
Oh God, man, stop it.
Is he trolling?
He's got it. I haven't heard a single thing about Mo Bamba to the Pelicans. I heard New York. I heard that's about it.
He is a Pelican fan. I mean, completely.
Oh, come on, Sky. Come on, bro.
Hey, man. Would that be a good fit?
Let's see. Who's their backup center? I'm trying to look at that.
Isn't it Jackson Hayes?
Oh yeah.
And he's leaving. He's supposed to be leaving.
Oh, y'all think he's leaving?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have room to pay him.
I see. But
I mean, he's a piece that they can part ways with and still be pretty good. I mean, you'd rather part ways with him than any one of the other core.
Yeah. I don't know.
But Mo Bamba, I thought the Knicks were looking at him.
The thing is, I don't mind him here. I like Mo Bamba. I really do. I do not mind Mo Bamba in New York City, to be honest. And he's from here. East Harlem zone. Like, I really don't mind Mo. It would be perfect to replace him with Mitch or have him as a backup center.
I'm reading in the chat that Sky said Hayes is not going nowhere. If Hayes is not going nowhere, Sky, why do you see Mo Bamba coming there? Now you clogging up the middle there. You got too many centers. I mean, the reason I say that, Sky, is because you said the Pels are getting Mo Bamba. If you're going to get Mo Bamba, you going to keep Jackson Hayes also? What you guys think of that?
It's difficult because Jackson's also, he's not like, he's a good 5. I feel like he would be a better 4, to be honest. I like him as a 4.
We got another Pelicans fans in our midst.
Who was that?
Reef Finesse.
Is he really a Pelicans fan?
Uh-huh. This ought to be interesting.
Oh God.
Sky got a new friend.
We're gonna have to get him introduced to the panel. How about that?
Him or her. But Sky
Come
got
on
a
up
new
and
friend.
take your lashings.
Look,
But
them
I was
Pelicans
I,
fans popping up everywhere.
I will say this. I feel like the Pelicans should draft this guy with their number 8th pick because I feel like
That's which is who?
Dyson Daniels.
What position does he play?
He's a point guard.
Wow.
He's a
And
6'7"
right
point
now
guard.
they currently have who at point?
Devontae Graham.
Well, yeah. But he wasn't even playing in the playoffs, huh?
Yeah, but I feel like if you would have put Dyson Daniels in Devontae Graham's place, you would have gone a completely different team. I feel like if you add Dyson Daniels to this team, we are looking at a force to be reckoned with in the National Basketball Association. In my humble opinion.
But is it realistic? Is it realistic they will do that?
I would say yes, just because you never know with David Griffin. And also Dyson's been jumping up in the draft boards a lot. I feel very good because I feel like Dyson would be not only a good player but a star in this league, which is why I want my Knicks to draft him, but I don't think that's realistic.
Peace, fam. I gotta roll.
All right, but have a good one, Zen.
Yup.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I know people calling me crazy and all that, but I say what I say and I stand by what I say. Hey, y'all there? Yo, Marvin?
You still there?
No, it's just me out here now.
Oh,
I'm here.
I
I'm
thought
here.
Marvin was still down. My fault.
Yeah, I'm still here. I went in the kitchen.
Yeah, we were
So, you say Dyson Daniels to the Pelicans, huh?
Yep. I feel very good about that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I used to would follow the players coming out of college. I didn't do it as much this year because of the Bulls' status, and I really didn't feel that we were going to get a high pick in the draft anyway. So I didn't watch much college basketball this year, and I hadn't followed them. But I did watch a couple of clips on Jabari, and I've been looking at Mark Williams. And you can look at tape of college players in the college game and think they're going to be something truly special in the pros, and they can pan out to be nothing plenty times. Because it's kind of, you really can't judge on how well they're going to be in the pros because of the rules in college games. Like the big man can just camp out in the fucking paint because there's no 3 seconds in college. There's a different rules that you have to abide by once you get to the NBA. So I believe you can get a better tracking on players at the guard position and forward position than you can the big man. So if you look at it's like in Ja's case, a lot of people saw him being pretty good in the NBA even when he was coming out of college just because of athletic ability. So I think we kind of overrate our centers coming out of college a little bit heavy because they can dominate in the college rank, but then when they get to the pros, it's a totally different world for them. But then if you get a nominee like in Jabari Smith, and maybe you can override that. But he didn't play the center position, did he?
Wait, who?
Jabari.
No, he didn't play. No.
He played what? Power forward?
Yep, he's a primary power forward.
Slasher?
Yeah.
But he can shoot the three. He can shoot the three too.
Yeah, definitely. My only concern with Jabari is just his lack of, how would I say, his lack of dribble is not that good. He can't get to the rack like that.
His handle,
His handle.
And that's the very reason why I say will he be lost if he goes to Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's like a black hole out there, man. They've been getting number 1 picks for the last 5 years. And they've been hovering around the bottom for the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so is it realistic they use that number one pick to get them a top veteran? I believe they one or two top veterans away from actually being something. You keep bringing in all these young players, the culture there is going to damn near be college. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I
I
mean,
want to say. Wait, I just noticed that Basil said that he timed me out by accident. Nah, it's all good, bro. Because I can't type in the chat. It's all good. Okay, back to what you saying, Marvin. My bad. My bad.
no, I was just saying in the Orlando deal,
Mm-hmm.
I just keep seeing number one picks coming there, and I don't see no movement in wins and losses. And wins. I ain't gonna say losses.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, think about it. How many years straight have they got the number one damn pick, or top 10, top 5, and they ain't moved in wins in 5 straight years?
I will say that I feel like, but the last number one pick that they had was the Dwight Howard. I feel like from there they haven't had much. But still, they got blessed with Shaq. They got blessed with Dwight, and I forgot who else. But they got
I mean,
also.
they got some good pieces, but I
Mhm.
believe they're missing good veterans that are good.
But at the same,
Like I say, you keep bringing in these young top 5 picks.
yep.
You build a college culture that does not resonate to the NBA. They just get bullied until
True.
and then by the time they start getting good, you're ready to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get somebody in there already established to try to teach these young guys, and just I tell you how the reason I'm saying this. Look at the Pelicans. They got a mixture of youngsters with a couple of veterans, and it works well. And that's the way you build in the NBA, I believe. I don't believe you build with number ones every year and you keep all your number ones, because I just don't see it working, because I think they all raise to the level together, but they never get to the top level because they never had one that was already there. So I just, I'm not saying Orlando is not deserving of the number one picks. I'm just saying I think they should go a different direction instead of keep taking the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pick. And by using that top pick to get a top veteran in the NBA to get ready to use those. Because if you get that top veteran, think of this. If you get a real good veteran and you still only win 30 games and you end up getting a number 5 pick again next year, now you can bring in something else, because now you got a veteran on the team. Right now, the Magic have no top veterans on their team. None. And they hadn't had any in a while. So, I mean, we have never had a Magic fan on the panel or in the chat either, I think, unless they hide it.
Wait, they
But,
exist?
They
exist?
Who is that?
Wait, do Magic fans actually exist? That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I say, I think they exist. They just don't show their face. They just don't talk much.
I don't blame them.
And rightfully so. But see, if I was a Magic fan, I would be loud, because we just young
Yeah.
and we up and coming.
But I will say this about Orlando. I feel like they're trying to solidify a foundation because, like you said, they have a bunch of young guys, but they don't have
Yeah, man.
they don't have
You
transcendent.
have to blend the couple of veterans in there with them, man. And I believe the start would be to get a veteran big man. Because I think that veteran big man will mold those younger guys around him. And then if it doesn't build to a winning culture, you got next year to try it again. And you got enough young pieces to put a package together to get a good veteran big man. Question: how you think DeAndre Ayton would look on that team?
I think he looks solid. I feel like
something that nobody has even dreamed or even thought of.
Yeah.
Because it just came off the top of my head right now. I mean, it would be a surprise around the NBA if he went there.
I feel like a team that in the same range as Orlando that he can realistically go to is the Pistons. I feel like he can go to the Pistons.
Who, Ayton?
Yeah, Ayton. Yup, Ayton himself.
Yeah, and hey, newsflash to a lot of people: look out for the Pistons in the near future. They're gonna be decent guys. They're gonna be something to contend with. Pistons are building a nice little young team over there, and they trying to add a couple pieces, and they're gonna be something to deal with in years to come. I'm telling you.
No, I agree. Whether it be let's say a Miles Bridges, who else, or any type of big free agent, I feel like that they can potentially land a very good player.
Yeah.
To
And like I say, the Pistons, they beat a lot of good teams this year, and they lost a lot of games too. But that's the way you build a winning organization. By you got to go through the wars to get to where you want to be, and there's a chance that Pistons end up really doing something.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the Pistons. I love what they're building right now. I feel like they will be a threat. I'll say 2 years from now. Yeah, 2 years from now, I feel like they'll be a good threat.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, Kate Cunningham came out the gate slow and ended up playing very well. So you can build around him because he's showing some real promise. Now, is Jeremy is Grant a piece that they're gonna move?
I think they should move him. Me personally, if I was Detroit, I'll move Jeremy Grant out.
And you can get a nice return for him.
Yeah, but even then, there was a report last year that Boston wanted Jeremy Grant.
Well, a lot of teams were interested in Grant. The Knicks were too, weren't you?
And this was the thing. Boston gave him 2 first-round picks. You heard me, 2 first-round picks. But Detroit declined that.
For Grant?
Yep, I'm being serious right now. I'm serious, yep.
Oh, hell. Well, was Detroit thinking in more of the line of Boston was playing well, that their first-round picks weren't going to be worth for that?
Yeah.
See, it is a point of fact when you talking about giving up first-round picks, which team you getting that first-round pick from?
Definitely.
Because if you talking about getting first-round picks from teams like Phoenix and Miami, hell, you ain't gonna get nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you talking about getting a first-round pick from Houston, you talking about something different. Or Oklahoma. Now you dealing with something.
Or hell, even the Knicks.
Well, I wouldn't say the Knicks. Listen, man, let me tell you something about the Knicks. The Knicks beat themselves 12 times this year. Add those 12 wins to your loss to your season this year, and you're in the playoffs. The Knicks are not as bad as people think.
I think the same as well, but
the Knicks listen, you blew 20-point leads 5 times this year. That's 5 games you definitely should have won. You lost by 4 points 6 times this year. That's 11 games that you could have won.
Yep.
You put 11 wins and take 11 losses off of your record, you make the playoffs. The Knicks are not that far off. Then you had all kind of fucking disgruntled shit going on with Randall. They probably lost you 2 or 3 games. You add that, that's 15 more wins. The Knicks are not as bad as people think. Now, the direction they're going, that might be something. Mm-hmm. But as far as a team itself, they're not in the lower. They're not in the lower case of the NBA. They're in the middle tier with a real good piece, taking them to a high tier in the NBA. Adding a real good piece, meaning. But I mean, I know it's frustrating whenever your team is just, it's almost worse than anything. I say the same thing in football. One thing I always hated for the Bears: if you're gonna be bad, be bad. Don't be 8-8. Because if you're 8-8, I mean you ain't getting shit. I never understood how coaches in the NFL could be 6-8 at a time and try to win the last 2 games of the fucking season. Well, what the fuck are you doing? You ain't going to the playoffs, and now you ain't getting nothing out of the draft. Go ahead and go 6-10, so at least you do maybe can get something. If you go 8-8, you're screwing yourself. You're trying to keep your job as a coach, yes, but you ain't. What that mean? That mean you're gonna get fired next year. Real fucking simple. And
that's the same exact thing that's going on right now with Tom Thibodeau. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, but in the NBA, they changed the rules. There ain't no such thing as you can't really tank. and it's no guarantee that you're going to get that number one pick anyway.
True.
So you really have to just, in the NBA, you just have to put your foot on the gas and try to go, man. And if it doesn't work, then you don't show the fact that you're tanking, but you just play your young players and just take the lumps. Now, I can understand what you said about Tom. He didn't play his young players. But then is that true, though, Alvarado? He played his young players. He just didn't play the ones that we wanted to see. How about that?
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
His rotations were bad. Some of his situational coaching was bad. But then some of them was good, you know? I mean, because I was, you know, like I say this all the time. I do about 4 or 5 shows in New York. I'm on the panel with them. And at the beginning of the year, hey, man, people were talking 50 wins for the Knicks. Because coming out of that playoff year, coming off the playoff year, people were thinking 50 wins. But they didn't see what was going to happen with Kemba. And that was something I don't care what nobody say. Nobody seen that coming. I guess people did see Kemba kind of breaking down, but not the way he did. You know?
You think so? I saw us being a playing team. And
that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, you was at least close to the playoff. You felt them being a playoff team.
Yeah, but I was getting the amount of backlash I got from just saying that. Oh, my Lord.
What, everybody else was thinking higher?
Yeah, bro, I heard 60 wins. I heard 55.
Yeah, 60, 55. I got the shows recorded. I mean, I got them saved.
What guys 60 wins?
They were calling 50 burgers. 50 burgers.
Oh, God. Oh,
especially Lord. When you guys started off 6-2.
We couldn't even get 35. This is ridiculous. Let alone 50.
If you go back in the Knicks schedule, man, and you look at the wins and losses, you look at your record, even at All-Star break, it wasn't really much. It wasn't that bad. It was a couple of pieces away and maybe adjustments here and there, but it just never happened. Now, is it a point in case that it's not the right players on the team? That could be the case. I want to say this. It damn sure was not Randall's fault in total.
I agree with that. I do.
Now, a lot of people want to blame everything on Randall, but it was not all his fault, man.
And I don't think it's Tibbs' fault either. He does play a big part of our detriment, but at the same time, he's not the sole reason for us being a bad team either.
And I want to just shout out Basil in the comments who wrote Knicks need a superstar. Period. Well, for some reason, Basil, that's not happening. Superstars just tend not to go to New York. Now, I don't know if it's the taxes. I don't know if it's the culture. I don't know what it is, because it's definitely not the money. The Knicks can pay any damn body, but I really believe it's got a lot to do with the taxes in New York, guys. You know, the taxes in New York are fucking horrendous.
Nah.
And yes, they are, man.
Yeah,
they are. That makes a lot. That puts I mean, hey, man, you're talking about people's money. Hell, it throws people away. I mean, it makes people go to another place. I mean, why would you go to New York if you're going to have to sacrifice part of your salary where you can go somewhere else and get more money and a better culture, and then the fan base being so, wow, just fucking crazy. I mean, who wants to go through that? I mean, think about it, man. Randall went off simply because of fan just hounding him, man. Fans hounding him. I'm not saying his play wasn't subject, but still, there's not another city in the United States that treat their team like New York Knicks fans. I'm not saying they don't love them, but when they hate them, they fucking hate them.
Oh, and it's and the same exact goes for if you love them, because if you play good for us, then we treat you like the second coming of Jesus Christ, and that's
I mean, but is it hard to be loved up there?
Extremely. Actually, it depends, because we haven't had anything good since Carmelo, and I feel like Knicks fans will salivate over anything at this point. The way I look at it. Because
I mean, I don't know if we put enough fault on the front office from New York, because in Tom Thibodeau's defense, I want to say, you knew what kind of coach you got. You have to give him the pieces that he he works with well, and they didn't do that. So I mean, it's a combination of things. It could be a combination of things, but I think the Garden is a mecca of basketball. I think some of the top notch free agents or players in the NBA are not afraid of it. They don't shy away from it. I just believe that they waiting on somebody else to go, and then maybe others will come. And I want to ask you, what happened with the Kyrie KD thing? I mean, how did you guys not land them?
Well, from all the rumors that I've heard and all the reports that happened throughout that time period, the main report was that KD himself said that he wanted to go to New York, but Kyrie was not willing to go with him, which
And
eventually
what reason was that? That's what I'm asking. I mean, what was that for?
I would say mostly maybe due to the fans, and also we were extremely dysfunctional at the time. No, we weren't attractive whatsoever.
Mm.
I feel like that played the biggest role, and I
But
feel
see,
like
now there's a prime example of fans making a difference in top free agents coming to New York, because KD was willing to come, but the other top free agent wasn't, so he changed KD's mind,
yep,
which made y'all lose them both.
yeah. And
Wow.
I didn't even wanted Kyrie that year either. I preferred having Jimmy and KD or KD and Kawhi. That's what I wanted preferably, but I don't know. That's just how I felt at the time.
So you telling me the last top free agent to come to New York was Carmelo Anthony?
Correct.
And what year was that?
2011 or 2010.
Oh shit! It's
It's
2022, man.
It's been more than 10 years. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
This is bad, man. This is depressing just even talking about it.
Well, no, you gotta come up with a solution, or you want to come up with a solution.
Shit, I've been trying for years, bro. I've been trying.
Listen, I just want to let you know something. You're not the only fan of a team that loves their team and has been just going through the wars. I mean, struggles with them. From Orlando to Sacramento to many more teams in the NBA, man. And you can say these teams, and it ain't due to taxes for those teams. It's just,
Location.
bad teams. You know what I mean? So, I mean, me being a Bulls fan, yeah, I know it's been a while since we won it, but at least I have had a chance to experience it. But it's not like I'm not hungry to get back to the top. I've been frustrated for the last since Derrick Rose got hurt. I damn near shot the TV the day he blew his fucking knee out, and I truly blame Tom Thibodeau for that.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since then, and then we get that fucking regime we just got rid of that was just terrible. They didn't give a damn about nothing. I think they didn't even know what the hell they were doing, Pax and them.
That was
horrible.
And
they were horrible. They were just, come on, man. Take Rave to talk about that with fucking Felicio.
Yep.
$30 million fucking contract who can't even fucking 7'9", can't even do a layup.
And I don't think he was the worst. You know who was the worst?
No, I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Denzel Valentine.
I mean, how about us losing and the draft picks we get?
Yep.
I mean, we don't even talk about that. I feel a lot better about our front office now, a whole lot better.
AK.
So, yeah. Oh hell yeah, he's top of the line, man.
I love AK, man.
Yeah, he's something.
One thing you get from him is aggressiveness and a sense of awareness.
And one thing I love about him is they don't talk a lot. They keep everything in house.
Yep.
That's why all these rumors can float, because they don't. We have no idea what
job done. He gets the job done.
We have no idea what direction they're gonna go in. You really don't. So, but I really feel in the Knicks case, you guys just got some terrible luck right now, including this year with the draft position y'all got. That is exactly what you guys did not need. Another dilemma. another decision to make. You wanted something solid, and you knew where you're going to be. And right now at that position, you don't know to keep it or use it. You know, and you've been in those scenarios so often that you're tired of them. You know, because you can actually look at this as being, if you just keep the draft choice and you go in the next season with this kind of team, that you're going to be in the same position at the end of next year as you was this year. Or you can try to trade it and then you mess around and get somebody who don't pan out, like what happened with Kemba. It's so many ways of looking at that, man. But I'm kind of with you on the Kemba deal. I think the Knicks thought that they had a base core and they needed more offense, and they thought they would get it from Fournier and Kemba. And as quiet as it kept, I know people ain't real fond of Fournier, but he really did what he was supposed to do. It was Kemba who failed, and then you didn't count on Rose being hurt and Randall losing his fucking mind. So, and then Tia being so damn stubborn to do the right thing at times. It was a combination of things, man, that just led to what it was. And then, like I say, you hope for the best once the season ends, and then you end up getting what y'all get, the number 11 pick?
Yep, number 11, yes. Number 11.
And number 11 in the college draft, in this year's draft, is it a piece that you guys can use? That's to be seen.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if next year is just another similar season, like we're in a horrible position in terms of the standings, I think Tom is gone. I think Tibbs he's out. Or if we're worse, then the whole entire city you'll see burning buildings, you'll see everything happening. Everything is just going to be absolutely horrible in terms of the whole setting. I don't like where it will go.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you just think about it, man. You know, me and you talking, they got all these podcasts on YouTube and stuff, and all these fans of these different teams. And, you know, at the beginning of the year and all through the season, I was always on here saying, at the end of the year, it's only going to be one team that's happy. And how happy is Miami right now? How happy is Philly? You know, how happy is Phoenix? You know, how happy is Memphis? Those fans can be no more happier than me or you, because we didn't get in either. I mean, we didn't get there either.
nope.
All right, guys. Shout out to the channel. Shout out to the chat.
There he is. I've been looking for you,
Belize
man.
Prince is in the building.
Is that
I had to
Belize?
pull up.
Yeah, that's Belize. Belize, I've been looking for you, man. I wanted to tell you something, man.
Hold on. Before we get into everything, you know I gotta start here first.
Yeah, how you boys do?
My Rangers took the L today. I'm very disappointed. Yeah, man. We 3-2 right now. We're gonna go back to Tampa. Yeah, we lost, man. So we're gonna go back to Tampa. We're gonna need that win.
Wait a minute, you got 3 wins or 3 losses?
We got 3 losses. Tampa got the third.
Oh, damn.
We just took our third loss today. So we lost. And you going
on the road? You going on the road?
Yeah, now we going on the road. Yeah, man.
Oh, hell.
But I want to shout out a couple things though, because today was very interesting, my guys. Wait a
minute, hold on. Before you start, wait. CWE Bed says the Rangers were up 2-0. Y'all guys have lost 3 straight?
Yeah, man. We lost 3 straight. We lost the 2 on the road, which was fair to me that we was, whatever. You lose your home games. And I mean, you lose on the road to the home team. I get that. Like, we beat them. We won the first 2 games at home. So I kind of, was expecting to go on the road and, for them to take care of business. But for them to come to our house today and beat us the way they did, it was tough, man. It was a 1-1 game, the whole thing. We lost it at the end. But I do want to I want to go on record and let this be known, right? Because I don't think people understand the seriousness that New York take our sports, right? So shout out to Florida. Shout out to everybody out there, Tampa, all of them, right? But let me let y'all know something, right? Y'all cannot come in the Garden with them jerseys on, bro. Y'all have to respect us. Because, listen, and I'm being real. You laughing, right? But I'm being real. So look, I'm I'm fast forward, right? We lost tonight, right? So now people got beat up today, bro. Literally, they got beat up in the stadium. Like,
Did you, man?
literally beat up. Cops called, bloody nose. Like, literally got beat up, bro. Like,
I gotta look at that. You didn't tell me them guys were fighting it outside the stadium, man.
nah, they fought inside the garden. Literally.
Oh man.
Inside the garden. Beat them up. Like, again, I'm not condoning violence, bro. I'm not
That's what I was
condoning
gonna say.
it.
That's not good. That's not good, Belize. Come on now.
I'm not, but I'm just saying that's what happened because these fans, it's fans, man. You can't come in there with other jerseys on in the stadium and be popping shit. I wasn't the one fighting. Like I said, I don't condone none of it, but these fans spend a lot of money, you know, and that's what took place. But besides all of that, here's what I really want to say for the chat real quick, guys. Donovan Mitchell was in Madison Square Garden today watching the game. In the suite, they even said it on the like jumbotron. They put him on the jumbotron. All that they said the future Nick, and you know they was joking with it. But I mean, things were said. You know what I'm saying? What's your take on that? Y'all believe Donovan Mitchell coming to the Knicks?
I think I just brought that up earlier. I've been hearing some loud rumbles about that.
But he was literally in Madison Square Garden watching the Ranger game tonight, though.
I'm gonna start by saying this. Is that the guy for you guys?
I said this too, right? I said this and I told you I don't see him and RJ working together. So then if you getting rid of RJ, I don't know how I feel about that.
Wait a minute. You think the only way y'all gonna get him is by RJ leaving?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh well, hell, you just spinning your wheels. I don't think that's a good deal.
That's why I said I don't know how it will work. That's what I was saying. I don't see how, because Utah gonna get Julius Randle. Like who Utah want?
I mean, if you got to give up one of your top players, you ain't better than your team.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you giving up RJ, right? It's like Donovan is cool and all, bro. But RJ ceiling is just we don't know yet. We just don't know yet. I don't know.
I don't believe that's a good deal. If you're talking about giving RJ back in return, you're not doing anything.
Nah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I agree. So unless they can pull something else off, I mean, what are they giving up? What? You said it. We only got the 11th pick. I don't think Utah want that. Kimba unload his contract. I don't see that.
They don't want him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like who? Like we giving up Obi? We giving up quickly? Like I don't see you know what I mean? Like what are we doing? The only play.
Well, that's it right there. There's your answer. It's Obi, quickly, and the number 11.
Wow. For Mitch?
No, for Spider.
For Donovan Mitchell, yeah, for Mitch. That's what I'm saying. For Mitch.
Yeah, for Mitch. Yeah.
I mean,
that'll work. That would work. If you planning on keeping Randall, then
I don't want Randall. He got to go.
Okay. So how about Randall quickly and the number 11?
That's fine. I'll take that. Obi's a New Yorker. He needs to stay here. He needs to develop here and keep going. I love RJ for the city. The only place, honestly, that I would say, and it would sound crazy, but the only place I would honestly feel comfortable trading RJ to is Toronto.
For who?
Van Vliet. I'll take Van Vliet and Siakam.
Well, you ain't getting both of them for RJ.
Well, give me one of them. I'll take one. I'll take either or, honestly, and whatever else. But I'll give up. The only team I could honestly let go of RJ on is Toronto, and that's because he's from there, and I feel like that's where he needs to turn up at. If it's not in New York, in my opinion.
Well, okay, all right, and to let you know about that deal, Toronto's not giving up on Van Vliet. No,
of course not. Of course not.
They're not moving.
I really don't want Van Vliet here anyway. He's too small for me. respectfully. No offense to the short guards, but I never been a fan of short guards. Maybe
Well, wait a
because I was
minute.
a short guard.
Donovan Mitchell ain't no 7 foot, no 6'6".
That's what I'm saying. But that's why. But like he could play a shooting guard. He's not gonna be my point guard.
So who's going to be your point?
That's what I'm saying. We gonna still need a point guard. Like we're like we
Wait a
dropped
minute.
the ball, bro. We
So
supposed to get Lonzo.
Why you entertaining Donovan Mitchell? That's the wrong person to be entertaining me.
But
Because
I'm not entertaining that. I'm not entertaining. I'm telling you, the Knicks is entertaining that. He was in Madison Square Garden today. He was in the game tonight.
I mean,
in a suite.
if anybody, you need to be entertaining the point guard.
I agree, but I'm not the owner. I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Man, I tell you, if them damn Knicks, I see what you're talking about now, Alvarado. No, wait, no, real. I see why you've been crazy for 10 straight years. Shit. Listen, man, let me tell you something. Last year, the Bulls were hurting for certain positions. We addressed those issues, those specific issues. I say kudos to the Bulls for that.
But
now, Lonzo Ball did get hurt, but we did try to bring him in. We brought in the right pieces.
But the Knicks never had a point guard, in my opinion, since Jason Kidd. And we had Jason Kidd at an old Jason Kidd.
Oh, this is the reason I've been looking for you and Alvarado. When we finish this panel tonight, if you guys, or in the morning or whenever you guys get a chance, go to YouTube. Kenny Smith did it. My brother sent it to me the other day. Kenny Smith did a thing about New York point guards. He just did it. It was one of the things that I've been bringing up for the longest. Is how in the hell is New York the mecca of point guards?
They never had a point guard.
Do not have one.
Yeah.
Kenny Smith did a podcast on this same issue.
Yeah,
talking about the same thing that I've been talking about.
But as Knicks
and I want
fans,
you guys to listen to it. I want you guys to listen to it.
As Knicks fans, we've been dealing with this forever because, see, I feel like we had got a curse too because we had Stephen Marbury, and he was a solid point guard, and he wanted to be here. But we also had a coaching. Who was the coach at that time? It was Mike. Wasn't not Mike Brown. What's the guy name that was coaching? Larry Brown, right?
Yeah.
Right, and he didn't want Stephen Marbury on the team because when Stephen Marbury was in Phoenix, he didn't want to play for him or whatever that was. So he basically benched him, like retarded shit like that. And that's like the hometown kid, like, and it was just all bad, bro. Like, I never forget how they treated Stephen Marbury, and to me that because Stephen Marbury, besides Kobe Bryant, was my favorite player growing up. Like,
and you think y'all got cursed right after that, huh?
Huh?
You think y'all was cursed right after?
Yeah, because and then look at the Curry draft. Look at the Curry draft. We had the 8th pick. Curry got drafted number 7. And we ran our mouth and told everybody we was drafting Curry.
And who and Golden State picked him right
number
in front
7.
of y'all.
And we had the number 8th pick.
And who did y'all get?
Exactly my point. I'm glad you asked, bro. You ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Hold on, man. Let me pull up my shorts here, brother, because I know it's gonna make my damn drawers drop. Talk to me.
Jordan Hill.
Who the fuck is that?
All right. All right. He played for your Lakers. Well, not your Lakers. Not your Lakers. Sorry. I meant Dex Lakers.
Jordan Hill.
Right.
How many years did he play?
Bro, you know who Jordan Hill is? The tall dude with the dreads? Bro, this nigga.
Now I thought he was a guard. You say a tall dude.
Bro, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, bro?
He wasn't shit.
Been bad, bro. Bro. That shit hurt, bro. That shit hurt. I was like, Jordan Hill. Bro, you know who was drafted number 9?
Who?
Paul George.
Oh. Oh, shit. No fucking way.
Bro, this is facts, bro. This is facts, though. Like, you know what as a Knicks fan, bro, I've been hurt, bro. I like every draft, I go through it, bro. I go through it every time.
That is hilarious.
They always get a big. They never go guard, bro. And then when they picked up guards, bro, they picked up what's your boy name? I liked him though. The French dude, he was cool, but he wasn't the guard though. Like Frank the cooler chick, whatever, bro. What the?
Frank Ntilikina?
Frankie Nicotine.
Bro, that was horrible, bro.
Wait a
And then,
minute. You
and then
telling
look,
me what? Wait, what pick did he come out?
he was like the number 4, 5th pick for the
Oh,
Knicks.
motherfucker.
You know who we drafted him over? You know who we drafted?
Dennis Smith, and then traded for him after. Bro, make it make sense.
Not only Dennis Smith, Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, yep. Donovan Mitchell too, yep.
Good God Almighty.
And this is every year, every draft, bro. The only draft I could say we caught one was Porzingis, but you see how that played out.
And RJ.
Who? Oh yeah, RJ. That was more recent though. You're right. RJ was solid. Obi solid too.
Yeah, but hell, you almost damn near lost him. If Tibbs didn't play him more, he was gonna want to leave, brother.
Right. Look at Kevin Knox. We drafted Kevin Knox, and look what he did. Nothing.
Oh, Kevin Knox decent. He's averaging at least 3 points a game, man.
Bro.
I'm sorry for that one, fellas. I had to.
Nah,
get a
I
shot.
know. But trust me, I know. Trust me, I know.
Wow.
No, because the Frank draft pick hurt, but the one that really set us, it literally put us 5 years back in time, was Kevin Knox, because that draft was stacked, and we were the only team to draft a bust in that draft range. And
Bro. And it was again another 8th pick.
Okay, who you miss in the Kevin Knox draft? Who was in front and who was behind?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh shit!
Trey Young.
You had a chance to get him.
Trey Young. Please remember.
Man,
please
shut
say
up,
that,
man. No, don't y'all tell me this shit. Y'all lying now.
bro.
No way.
Bro,
Look
we is
at
not
it.
winning, bro. Trust me.
You passed on both of them?
Bro.
No, Trey was taken ahead. He was taken ahead.
He was tracking ahead of us, but then that was the one who we supposed to get. We gonna get Trey Young. And then
Wait a
they
minute.
ended up getting
If Trey
and
Young
traded him
went
for Dallas.
before, if Trey Young went early, then Shea went behind y'all?
Yup.
Yeah. Shea went behind us.
Man. Oh, Lord have mercy. So y'all could have got Shea.
Yeah.
Basically.
And you needed a guard.
And we never had a guard. Like, we never really had a guard, bro. Ever.
All right, wait, pause. So before we go any further, I want to ask both of y'all, will you guys draft a guard this year?
Trade for one. Please trade for Dame Lillard, bro. Like, get us a secure guard. Like, trade the pick. We don't need it this year, in my opinion.
Well, you're not going to use that 11 pick to get no damn Dame Lillard. That ain't
But I'm
happening.
saying use that 11th with whatever else to get a Dame Lillard.
Is that the only person you're looking at?
You know I'm heavy on the Fox train too, so
There's one guy in the draft that I'm looking at that
I don't
can't.
want nobody in the draft.
I do want.
I mean, before you go any further, Alvarado,
Yep.
you got Tibbs for your coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now continue.
Yeah, and I feel like Tibbs does love this guy because we actually interviewed this guy, and we actually had a private workout with this guy.
Who is it?
Dyson Daniels. I'm gonna say it again, Dyson Daniels, bro. I feel like he's the perfect guard that we need. I feel like we need that guy. He's a point guard, 6 foot, can see the floor very good. And
How tall is he?
6'7".
All right, that meets my criteria. Tall guard.
And
Okay, what is his draft prediction?
What happened?
11?
What you mean? Oh, we got the 11th pick. Yeah, we got the.
No, I
11th.
said, where is
Will he be at 11? Will he still be?
Yeah,
available?
will he be there?
Oh no, he's been jumping up the draft boards tremendously right now.
Oh well, there's another one.
He's gone. He's about to be gone, man.
What about this guy out of what's his name? Johnny Davis.
I like him. I like Johnny Davis.
Hold on, I want to ask you this though. My fault. I want to ask you this: would you want Obi or Cole Anthony?
I would have went Cole Anthony.
That's what I said, bro. I was so with that. With that.
I mean, bro. Belize, in your state of the team, the right pick was Cole Anthony.
Right. And we went with Obi. And Cole Anthony is a New Yorker.
Like, I mean, how can you go with Obi when you need a point guard and you got Randall?
Wait, let me say this. Julius Randle had a horrific year. So our GM was looking at replacing Randall with a power forward, and they felt like Obi Toppin was a good alternative, which is why they picked Obi Toppin with that pick. I didn't agree with it, but it
What?
made.
What are you saying? They had already signed. Oh, and then they signed Randall later.
Yup, that's what they basically did right after. Yup.
Well, that don't make sense.
At all, bro.
No, but this was the year that this was Randall's first year in New York. So right
No, I
after that,
get that. I got that. And it was the lockout season why he didn't play the whole season. So they
Yup.
secured him by. I watched the play. Trust me, I watched it.
Oh, brother,
But-
I've seen it too.
No,
Okay,
yeah, but
but
I'm
wait
just
now.
saying.
Y'all
but I'm
confusing
saying
me.
It was not for Obi to get picked up. It was still.
That's what I was
for
going to
Cole
say.
to get picked up.
I mean, if you're going to sign, okay, wait a minute. Had you signed Randall before you got Obi?
Yes. Yes.
Well, what the hell you draft Obi for if you signed Randall?
I mean, I never wanted Obi to begin with. I wanted
Me
Devin
neither.
Vassell. I wanted Devin Vassell.
Okay, question. Did they get the best player on the board at that draft position?
No.
Oh no. Oh
Hell
no.
no.
There was Halliburton was there. Our point
Right.
guard was there. Our
Well,
point
what the hell were they doing?
It's
We-
the Knicks.
What you expect?
Man, y'all can't tell me. I didn't follow them in the draft. Y'all are not telling me.
Nah, we
That
really
you
Knicks
were-
fans, bro. Like we really Knicks fans.
But you cannot
Listen to
tell
this
me
shit.
that you do not have a point guard on the team. You in the draft, Halliburton is on the table, and you choose Obi?
Yup.
Respectfully, yeah.
You
What
can't
did
make
they think Obi? Were they thinking Obi was going to be the fucking point guard?
No. They knew Obi was. He's a New Yorker, and he's a. Yo, you know what's better than that? All right, that draft year when Lance Stevenson came in. You remember that one, bro?
definitely.
All right. So Lance Stevenson was picked up, I believe, number 49th, right?
Yup.
And we had the 47th and 48th pick. You ready for who we picked up before Lance Stevenson got picked at 49?
Talk to me.
Who?
Andy Rautis,
Who?
and Landry Fields.
Oh, not Landry Fields. Oh, I remember Landry. Oh my gosh.
Who was the first person you said?
Andy Rautis.
Who the fuck is that?
All right. And look, those are two players we picked up over Lance Stevenson, who's from Brooklyn, from New York, who've been playing at Rucker Park since he was 14 years old. The whole city know who this kid is. Yo, bro.
Wait a minute. I gotta ask this question. Who's doing the fucking drafting for y'all?
Not me. I wish I was.
I mean, do y'all know?
Nope.
I mean, I will say this. As of recent, we've been doing pretty good with our draft.
No, we did not, bro. We just missed one again with Obi. Respectfully.
No. Hear me out, Belize. Hear me out. We got Mitchell Robinson. I feel like that was very good. We got Quickly, and we got Jericho Sims and Miles.
Okay.
McBride.
So is it the overall consent that you guys thought that Quickly was going to be your point guard?
Yeah, that's what they thought.
Well, there it is right there. They thought they covered your point guard when they got Quickly.
But remember, they picked up Quickly later. So Obi was picked first.
Oh shit! So that mean that wasn't a consent thing. Nope.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, respectfully, I don't know Obi. Nah, Obi was coming hot, coming out of college, out of Dayton. So I'm not gonna say he was just like not gonna be a lottery, but I don't know.
So obviously the Obi pick was in the reasoning of Julius Randle wasn't going to be there. Obviously.
But that's what I'm saying. But then it didn't make sense because Obi didn't get to play no rookie minutes. Julius Randle got most of the minutes, which made him end up being most improved player of the year.
And y'all signed him.
No, but we already had signed him before then.
Jesus.
We just extended him.
We
From
just
there.
extended him.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have to extend him, did you?
Nope.
No, we didn't. We didn't have to. Nope. We didn't have to.
Because that's what I've been hearing is that they could have made that decision at the end of this year.
At the end of this year, he would have been a free agent going into the summer this year, which again, what we always talk about, he would have played for his money.
Wow.
So this season he would have balled out.
But with you having Obi, oh man, I see why you guys are fucking crazy. I see that now.
Okay, and you see why I talk about this franchise the way I talk about them. You see why.
That's
Now,
why I rock
mind
with
you, I
LaMelo
know
and
a lot.
shit. Cause I rock
I
with
know a
other
lot
players.
about
I can't rock with
basketball,
my
but I
team.
don't go behind the scenes as deep as you guys have been with your team because I knew how bad the Bulls were drafted. But if we were in such need of a point guard like you guys are, and you tell me these people you didn't passed on and the people you didn't got, then there's some incompetency going on some fucking where.
It's horrible. It's absolutely dreadful, to be honest. I just can't put it into words.
And then your luck does not change with getting the number 11 pick this year, guys.
Nope.
Not at all.
That
Not
shit never changes, bro. Every time we supposed to get the number 1 pick, bro, we end up getting like number 8, number 5. The closest pick we had was RJ, which was 3.
And that wasn't a point guard. And you didn't get a point guard there.
And let me say this.
And we could have used one then too.
Let me say this. That LaMelo draft, I was saying this.
We could
Get
go
rid of
up.
Robinson. Get rid of Mitchell Robinson and trade him to the Golden State Warriors for that number 2 pick.
Yep.
So
Because they wanted Mitchell Robinson too.
Exactly.
And who and that number 2 pick would have brought you who?
LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball.
Oh damn.
You can't make it up. You just
can't make it up, bro. You literally can't make it up.
You know what? The scenarios y'all telling me.
The Warriors literally wanted Mitchell Robinson for the 2nd pick.
They wanted him. They literally wanted him.
And what the front office said no?
No, they believe in Mitchell.
Yep.
Dummies.
Oh man. Oh
this
man.
This is just depressing, man. Man. I don't know.
Damn, I had
Okay.
to roll a split for that one. That shit really just hurt me, bro.
Man, bro, y'all just went through a lifetime of changes. That is ridiculous. I mean, damn. You know how long this has set y'all back, man?
This has set us back 20 years. 20 years back.
Mm-hmm. Easy, bro. Easy. Like I said, even with this one, right? I want your take on this. So when Porzingis was going through his little diva phase, right? Carmelo was also going through his contract phase, right? And Carmelo had already signed his extension, so he was dotted on the line. He was good, right? But Porzingis was going to be coming up as a free agent, and they didn't want to max him out because he already made it clear he didn't want to stay there, right? So they were going to trade him. Same time, Kyrie Irving was saying he wanted to be traded. He gave the list, the 4 teams. Knicks was one of the teams. Cleveland wanted Porzingis for Kyrie Irving that summer. Knicks said no.
You just gotta laugh at that point, man. You just gotta laugh at that.
So look, but like to listen to this, right? To listen to this, right? To end up trading Porzingis and Carmelo Anthony. What the fuck was the point then, bro?
Who you get back?
Cool, like who's on the team? Like doesn't matter. We didn't get nobody back.
Wait, from the Porzingis trade, right?
I mean, all right, we got Dennis Smith.
If you say you made a trade, you had to get somebody.
All right, fair. So we traded for Dennis Smith, right? And who else we traded for Porzingis? None of them still on the team right now.
Dennis Smith.
It was only that. It was that 2 first-rounders and a 2nd-round pick.
And Dennis Smith, right?
And Dennis Smith, yeah.
And you used them first rounders to get who? Obi.
Wait. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, we didn't just give up Porzingis. We gave up Tim Hardaway too. We gave up Trey Burke. Right? Man. If I'm not mistaken, then that's how they got Dallas. That's how they got over there, right?
That's what I was finna say. Because you guys had Tim Hardaway.
And Trey Burke. And they played together in Michigan. And that's where they're playing on the Knicks together.
Correct.
What was the reason in giving up Tim Hardaway?
Remember, we drafted Tim Hardaway, right? Gave him up to Atlanta, right? His contract was up in Atlanta. He came back to the Knicks, right? We gave him the max dollars on the Knicks, and then we got rid of him. Again. To Dallas.
to leave you guys without a point guard again?
He was our shooting guard. Trey Burke was our point guard. And this is Trey Burke, Allen Iverson looking like Trey Burke.
Yeah,
Braids and all, like getting busy with
Trey
it.
Burke was halfway decent.
No, of course.
And he was playing like Allen Iverson with us.
Exactly. He was playing like Allen Iverson with us. And then we had Derrick Rose backing us up at that point too. We got rid of him too. He went to Cleveland.
Well, I got a question to both of y'all because I'm reading from
he went there
CW.
with no, he didn't go there with Amon Shumpert and them. He went over there later. But Amon Shumpert and J.R. Smith got traded to Cleveland that year to help Braun win his ring. But whatever.
I got a question to both of y'all because CWE is wrote in the chat. Nets are so good that Knicks fans are switching over to become Nets fans.
That's not true. Whoever said that's a lie. All Brooklyn fans love Brooklyn. That's just how it is. So if we had Knicks fans that lived in Brooklyn, they switched over, and as they freaking should. Like that just makes sense. That's your hometown. I get it. That's your Brooklyn. Like our boroughs is very beefy. Like people in Queens, they don't rock with the Yankees. Period. They all for the Mets. People in Bronx don't rock with no other team but the Yankees. So it's things like that. So when you see the Nets came to Brooklyn, Jay-Z helped that happen. You knew the whole Brooklyn was behind that. That was cool. I didn't even care about losing those fans. But New York as a whole, they all love the Knicks still.
Shout out to Dexy in the chat. We got a Dex sighting. Dex, you know we've been talking about the show last night. We need you back up, brother. Come on back home. But Belize, the question I wanted to ask you was this, man. When you first got on the panel tonight.
I'm sorry.
No. I hadn't forgot this because it just blew my mind when I seen this. I was going through some stuff on YouTube, and I ran into a documentary about Belize, the country. Man, that shit is beautiful.
Bro, come on, man. Don't. You want me to preach about my country right now? You want me to tell you how beautiful we are?
No. I just wanted to give you a shout out too.
Nah, I appreciate that though. I do, man.
Man, it is
like I tell everybody. Like I tell everybody, man. Like whether they want to admit it or not, Americans, we all slaves here, right? And we accept that. And if you don't,
what made you leave that, man?
So
what
I'm
made
Harriet
you
Tubman, bro. I'm Harriet Tubman.
You ain't bullshitting.
I'm Harriet Tubman, bro.
I mean, what made you? I mean, that place is magnificent, man.
It is beautiful, right? But the thing about it is, and like I always, and I say this heavy on the panel a lot, Belize is a beautiful country, but it's very hard to maintain your lifestyle there, especially for me after living in America for so long. Belize is very far back on a lot of other things, right?
Well, yeah, it's wildlife.
So for you to really enjoy Belize the way how I feel like I would want to enjoy Belize, I got to become a political figure. Like, you know what I mean? I have to be able to help my people and help my country be better. So that's the lane I'm in. So that's why I choose to work here and go back there and help out how I can and do my back and forth until I'm in a position to where I could say I could stay in Belize and help my country and just do what I got to do for the country.
In other words, you need to be financially fit.
That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna say I'm financially fit. I can be if my family was to get their minds together and let's work as a family and not be all separated. But that's a different conversation for a different channel.
Okay, what city did you live in there?
I grew up in Roaring Creek, Village. So that's like right next to Belmopan. Belmopan is the capital of Belize.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go back and look at that. What's the name of it again? I'm sorry.
It's called Roaring Creek. It's in the Cayo district.
I wanted to ask you about. It's a tower that they were showing that people go up and
like
they
ruins,
look at
the ruins, the Mayan ruins.
I believe that is it. It was in this documentary.
Yeah, the Mayan
you go
ruins.
up and you can see all over it, man. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, Mayan ruins. That's in Cayo. I was just there with my wife. I got pictures of when I was just out there with my wife and my kids and stuff like that. So I got a drone out there too. So I was out there. I got drone shots of the ruins. I was flying all through. Yeah, I got some nice shots. But man, Belize is beautiful, man. Like my wife, she's a diver too. She's a diving instructor. So she teach people to dive and stuff like. Yo, Belize is really nice, man. So if you like
Yeah,
scuba diving and you like
yeah, and it's
water,
a river, man. It's a
yeah, come
river
check
this
out.
guy was on. It's a river this guy was on where a lot of villages are. It's like 12 different villages up and down this river.
Oh
And this
yeah,
guy
so that's Cayo.
he goes and
That's
goes through there.
Cayo.
But I just wanted to give you a shout out. It was beautiful.
Nah, yeah, that's Cayo. That's Cayo. So that's basically from Belmopan going all the way from Rowan Creek. Damn, I wish I knew all of them. I'm sorry, Belize, but I don't know all of the villages right off. But I could go. It's Rowan Creek, Camalote, Kettle, Ontario.
Wow.
It's like
I
Black
believe you
Eddie.
knew those are the ones he was talking about.
Yeah,
You're right.
all of them. It just goes all the way up until you get to Cayo, which will lead you into the Mayan ruins, basically.
And there's a lot of iguanas there, huh?
A lot of it. People eat that shit too, believe it or not. And I never ate it personally, but I heard iguana is really good.
Yeah, he was coming up the river. He was in a canoe boat, and one was in a tree, and he dropped in the water. And the dude dove in the water and got that big. He was huge.
Man, yo, whenever like I would love to take you to Belize one day. Like whenever if you could ever make it out there, man, and like for real, like come holla at me, man. Like I'm not to try to brag or nothing, but I own my own house out there. I own my own land out there. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty, you know, we could really set it up like off wax, like, you know, no stunting involved, but really for you just to see the country, like it's beautiful, bro. You will love it. And that goes for anybody on this panel, for real, for real. You know how I am. Well, Belize is it, man. Y'all can hear me on the chat still? Hello?
Yo, we about to get up out of here.
All right.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
All right, man.
Sports.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.